All right, so I hope you guys can hear me and welcome to the channel. Hopefully the camera's working. For some reason, it's not giving me a visual. It's a dark screen there, but can you guys hear me out there? All right, so we're there. So now I can see myself here. The New York Yankees take on the Baltimore Orioles. Definitely get ready for game two of this three-game set. And let's go right into it. The Yankees. All right. The Yankees are 54 and 49 in the fifth place in the American League East. Boy, by 2 games too. Taking on the Orioles in 63 and 40. They lost a heartbreaker last night, 1-0 on a walk-off in the ninth inning by Anthony Santander. The story of this one of the same as every for the past 2 months. Yankees offense. A Yankees offense do not hit. They do not hit whatsoever. No matter who you put on there, whoever you put on there, whatever, they just can't seem to hit a lick. So we have the pitching matchup tonight. Here is the pitching matchup. It's going to be Clark Schmidt for the New York Yankees, a record of 6-6 with a 4.3 ERA, taking on Tyler Wells for the Baltimore Orioles, a 7-5 record with a 3.65 ERA. And of course, the Yankees are underdog in this here series, and they need to turn their season on around in a heartbeat. Let's say hello quickly to the chat. Steve, salute Steve. Chris, salute Chris. How are you? Another wasted cold start. Yeah, I can see that. I can see where you could get a little bit frustrated with that, with another cold start down the drain, 1-0. But I got to give the credit. They let them pitch over 110 pitches, but wasn't enough. Their offense has to come through, and they have to put up some runs. You know, Judge is back in the lineup. They're already giving the punt situation game tomorrow night. No Judge. Judge will not play tomorrow night. So again, the Yankees already punting. Where you're in a desperate must-win situation, you're not going to play Judge. I got tonight's lineup. Let's go with the hometown Orioles. Leading off and behind the plate, Adeline Rutschman will be leading off, the catcher. Followed by the shortstop, Garner Henderson, who will be at the number 2 spot. Batting third, the right fielder and last night's hero, Anthony Santander. Cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Ryan Mountcastle. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Adam Frazier. Batting seventh and left field at Austin Hayes. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Colton Cowser. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Raymond Urias. For our New York Yankees, this is the starting lineup. Leading off and playing second base, Gleyber Torres, who had his 15-game hitting streak snap. Batting second, the right fielder, and playing this outfield, Aaron Judge. Batting third, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter, it is the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo. Batting fifth, the third baseman, DJ LeMahieu. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Isaiah Canafalapa. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Harrison Bader. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Anthony Volpe. And the batting ninth, the catcher, Kyle. I can't throw anybody out stealing bases, Higashioka. So that is the lineup for the New York Yankees tonight. Boy, let's hope that they could get an explosion out there. Let's go a little bit more to the chat. As you saw earlier, it's been reported the New York Mets and the Texas Rangers have agreed to trade Matt Scherzer pending his approval of lifting his no trade clause. It looks like it might get done. We know yesterday on the stream we were talking that he was very unhappy of them trading David Robinson, and they're the one reliever or competent reliever they have in that bullpen. Wasn't so happy. The following day he gets moved or possibly moved to Texas once his approval. I think it's a good move for the Texas Rangers to get a Max Scherzer in there, a veteran. Although these Orioles could have used a Matt Scherzer personally, you put a Matt Scherzer in this in this Mario starting rotation. Boy, that's a tough one. But Texas Rangers will benefit there. Nothing is finalized. This is all speculation. He has to accept it. He has to accept the trade. He has to agree and waive it. What so far early part, they're talking about the Rangers 4th and 6th prospects there. Brock Porter and Sebastian Walcott. Unless if the Rangers are willing to take on that salary, Scherzer, then that's the kind of prospects that goes back to the New York Mets. If the Mets are willing to eat and pay most of that salary there, they'll get a bit higher with maybe Jack Leiter. Kumar Rocker wasn't mentioned, and that's not all final. That's all speculation. Nothing is 100% final there. We will find out in a moment what they will get there. So we also saw a little news and notes. Jonathan Loizac expected for rehab assignment down in Tampa. Tarpons tomorrow per Aaron Boone. So we probably getting another reliever in the middle of the month in the form of Loizac. How did Judge look last night? Judge had a lot of walks. They're gonna walk his butt. They're not gonna give him anything to hit. The first at bat, he did line a nice shot, a line drive to right field, was caught. Hit it on the screws. But other than that, 3 walks. He was on the base pads. Yankees. What happened last night? They had no one else to come through. And also, I got to give the Orioles credit in the 8th inning. Their defense was immaculate. Santander robs Volpe a leadoff triple because if that ball gets by Santander, and Volpe was ready at first by the time the ball got, or when he made that diamond play, if he would have missed that, he's off in the races to a triple. And depending how the ball bounces away or bounces out there in an outfield and how quickly the center fielder or how quickly Santander would have recovered, you could possibly talk about inside the Parker. That's how good that hit was with Anthony Volpe, the way he was running down the baseline. But other than that, also Anthony Rizzo had a base hit, an RBI, 2-out RBI single, pretty much taken away there by Adam Frazier. That would have gave the Yankees a 1-run lead there. Who knows if they would hold on to it? Only time will tell. But they could not get the clutch hitting. Tommy Kahnle comes out, and you just felt the momentum. You felt that Tommy Kahnle was just it was inevitable. If they were going to lose this in the 9th as a walk-off fashion or in the 10th, it was just, man, that was a tough loss there for the New York Yankees. I hope they could recover. So hope they could recover it from that loss. We will see tonight. You're only as good as your starting pitcher. Clark Schmidt will be on the mound for the New York Yankees again against Tyler Wells. Let's go. I know hopefully the Yankees could get some reinforcements. Right now, what gets me worried, I got no one from the baseball insiders or anybody speculating anything the Yankees are rumored. This is the quiet. Yankees as a rumor mill are extremely quiet, and it worries me. It worries me because the more time you don't hear anything with the New York Yankees, the more time flies, the more the deadline passes, and I don't want to hear that we're so close to nothing because I don't even hear any baseball insiders, the Tom Belucci's, the John Heymans, and etc. saying anything linked to the New York Yankees. Their mum is the word. They're extremely quiet, and I'm a little worried that they're not going to do anything. In a way, do I want that? Yes and no. But they're not showing us anything either that this front office is going to bring up the Everson Peraza to play the outfield position. Or right now, 25 stolen bases for Spencer Jones. Jason Dominguez is killing the Double-A ball, batting over 300 in the month of July, on fire. Again, I know he's in Double-A, maybe not ready for the major league level, but they're ascending. They've got young players that are ascending. Listen, if you don't think they're part of the future and you can't bring them, then you're gonna have to try to trade, make a move. I don't want them to make a trade because if you're gonna move someone who's gonna be dynamic like a Dominguez or a Peraza or Spencer, why would you bring it in for a mediocre player? So I understand. I see the both sides of the coin, but man, Cashman has to work that phones. Everyone around the American League is improving. And right now we're trailing. We're right now trailing on the outside, way outside now. They need to get back on track. So hopefully they can get on a run here. And this is since 2007, the Yankees are going to have a losing July. Since 2007, think about that. The Yankees normally in the month of July do not have losing records, usually months. And with last night's loss, they're unsure of a losing record for the month of July. They gotta really go out of their way. They need to have a September and August of winning proportion. Cole did earn his money, Steve. Cole, I got to give that to Cole. He earned his money as a true form, as an ace that he is. He went out there and he pitched 110 pitches, 7 strong innings, no runs, 3 hits. I mean, he was phenomenal. That was phenomenal move for Garrett Cole. Again, the Yankees' inability of scoring. If you're, and this is already more than a month. This is 6 weeks of Yankees struggling scoring offensively. Yet again, we still see the same stupid lineup. Why is Rizzo batting the cleanup? Move some things around. You're quickly to move all this other crap around and hit Herkel and Jekyll on your leadoff hitter. Move some things around. Put something different, because what you've been giving us lately hasn't worked for 6 weeks. Give us something different. Also, put some speed on the top of the lineup. Darn it. Put some guys in motion. You know what? Tonight, I'm going to be the first one to say it. I don't care if the Yankees get caught out on base pads, stealing bases, and get caught out and runs themselves out of innings. Tonight, they got to push the envelope. Tonight, that offense got to push the envelope. Everyone and their mother better be running out there. Tonight, everyone's going to get some Gatorade. I know it's a hot, muggy night. They have to go out there and they have to push the envelope tonight. Base runners, they got to run. They've got to run. Move it. Make that defense on the Baltimore Orioles uncomfortable. Put men in motion. You got to now put men in motion. Listen, we sat back since I don't know how many, since you've been here as a manager, Buffoon. Sat back and watch you hit home, make the team try to hit home runs, launch angles, all that bullshit. Now you have to play small ball, because now as Yankee fans, we're pissed off that you're losing. The home run, the 3-run shot, the 6-run home run, the 10-run homer, it ain't working, Yankees. Boone, front office, we need runs. I don't care if it's one, if we're doing fences. I don't care if we're building fences. One run at a time. But we need to generate offense. We need to generate runs. By hook or crook, running the bases. Go back to, keep it simple. Go back to fundamentals. Nothing is wrong with going back to basic fundamentals. And I think the Yankees need to do that right now. Forget about the home run. It's not coming. Stanton can't hit a home run. Can't get himself out of a wet paper bag. Rizzo, even worse. All right, so we're ready to start here. Tyler Wells against Gleyber Torres. And this is another thing that frustrates me. The ticker's ahead of me, swinging at the first pitch. Take some pitches, man. Come on, man. You're making these freaking pitchers Cy Young Award winners by swinging at the first pitch. It's Torres. And it feels like he's going to swing at the first pitch. There it goes, and he does. And he flies out to outfield. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's a fucking bad reason right there. Excuse me for cursing and getting irate, but that's what the Yankees have brought me here, because they keep doing the same nonsense and the same stupidity, and they swear they're going to win a World Series playing like that, playing that stupid type of baseball. That is terrible, swinging at the first pitch. Come on, man. Get Torres out of the freaking leadoff hitter. Put yourself a real leadoff hitter out there. I don't care about he got a 15-game hitting streak. Let's go. Here's another stupid idea. Putting your home run hitter, your MVP, batting second. And here's Judge, bat 290. This team gets you there. They get you there. Look at it, second pitch of the game. Judge hits this one. Deep. And 2 quick outs. 3 pitches, 2 beautiful quick outs. Because this is what this mighty offense does. The mighty Bronx Bombers. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't even give you this. I can't even give you their stats. That's how much they're itching to swing the bat. They're itching to get the big W, the big L, the big fat L of a loss, because they're swinging. Because that buffoon is the manager of the team. And that's their philosophy. They're swinging 3 pitches, 2 quick outs. Here's Stanton. They swing at the first pitch, you clown, because we got to finish this inning. Now, he's batting 196 with 13 home runs, 34 RBIs. My God, this is something I want to see the Yankees get a 20-pitch inning. Can we get a 20, 25-pitch inning? I don't care if you don't score a run. I want to see something where they're working. They're rolling up their sleeves. Let's go. The 1-1. And it's about freaking time Stanton hits a home run. 1-0 Yankees. They need that. Again, they need that. It's about freaking time he does something. He gets on the board with the 14th home run of the season. Yankees finally, hallelujah, they're up 1-0. They're taking a lead. About time, Stanton. That is his 14th home run of the season, and Rizzo takes the ball. Because here's what the Yankees do: the first two batters, they're thinking like they gotta go take a crap, like they just had a line, they just took the laxative, they gotta run to the toilet, and then the two-out hitter works the count for 7, 8 pitches, and then he finally, and then the Yankees get a two-out walk, and the next line comes up, a couple of foul balls, he might get a hit, maybe get on base, and the other one rolls over with one of the first pitch hitting over. That's the Yankees offense. That's what they've been doing. Here's Rizzo. It's two balls and one strike. Yankee barely has a 1-0 lead. Finally, it's going to take a passionate fan to get pissed off on the air for them to hit a home run. I mean, my goodness. Yeah, again, Torres not doing that because where's the great John Casey? Hit his ass down. Listen, brother, you're up there. I don't care how fat it is. You got to set the table. No one's setting the table. Everybody wants to be and Hog. You know what they said? They said Fred Hog's get slaughtered, and the Yankees are getting slaughtered. They put the Hog up there at the batting, at the first pitch. Another guy here, another one. Make me look foolish here. Oh no, this was a Phantom Gold Glove winner. He hit the direction. A contact hitter. Forget about Matt Olson. He was too expensive. Oh my God. And Rizzo reaches. Hello, Jack Michael. Yes, we'll be on tomorrow, hopefully. Here's LeMahieu. There's a call strike. 0-1. I mean, my God. Today's a Saturday night. Easy night for me. Easy day of Saturday. I could be easily fishing. I could easily be fishing. I'm living in Florida. I'm here doing a stream, ready to do this team. And they're swinging at the first pitch. They don't even play regular right baseball. Swing and a miss now. 0-2. It makes me contemplate what the hell I'm doing this here. You got Tyler Wells now. At least they're gonna make him throw 15 pitches. At least they're gonna make him throw 15 pitches here. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Well, LeMahieu grounds here. 15 pitches in the inning, and the inning comes to a conclusion. But the Yankees take a 1-0 lead on the home run by Stanton. Now, I hope that Clark Schmidt doesn't give it up right away. Now it's up to Clark Schmidt to hold it there. Oh my goodness. This team just frustrates the living daylights out of me just by the start of the first pitch. I can't believe Gleyber Torres is swinging at the first pitch. Oh my goodness. One run on one hit. They leave a man on base. 1-0. The Orioles will come up to bat. How's the sound? Is the sound okay, or do I still sound far away? Okay, let's see this here. Mr. Michael says, Subjects, Great American Basketball Night. You never know what's going to happen. Someone will show up. A new faction. You know who. Huh. Huh. Brian Pillman Jr. Oh my goodness. All right, so for the Orioles, you're gonna have Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Anthony Santander coming up. Again, okay, as long as I sound good, we're good. And how ironic, I get a $300 microphone and it sounds the worst. Seriously. Meanwhile, my old beat up one that I had before, no issues whatsoever. Get a Yeti. Get a Yeti. It's good. It's going to improve. It's been the worst. It's been the worst thing. The one of the worst products I've placed here. My goodness. All right, so Adley Rutschman will lead off against Clark Schmidt. Maybe I could give you something that maybe I could give you some numbers that sounds okay here. Clark Schmidt, a 6-6 with a 4.33 ERA, 92 and two-thirds innings, 104 hits and 97 strikeouts, 28 walks, and 15 home runs given up by Clark Schmidt. Now, we don't know if either him or Domingo Germán goes into the bullpen once Nestor Cortez, as Adley Rutschman takes a ball right, and we're on the way here in the bottom of the first inning, and it is 0-1 here to the roadman, Adley Rutschman, who's batting 268 with 14 home runs, 46 RBIs, takes the full strike, 0-2 with 100 hits and 373 plate appearances. But here he's behind in the count, 0-2, as the performance sits there to pick up. And the 0-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It reminds about the Opus. Opus messed up my computer, by the way, Steve. Opus made my computer with all this screen crap. That was, oh my goodness. They never went nowhere, but Opus, I I mean, my God, my computer, I can't open tabs. Ever since I put that Opus program in my computer, screwed it up, never got monetized, never got paid by them. My God, that was a bad experience. Hey, they were always coming. I figured, they were going to pay a lot of promises. And here's the pitch to Henderson as we get a leadoff runner on. That's the last thing you want to do. You want to do if you're Clark Schmidt after getting a 1-0 lead. Finally, you're winning the game ahead. You don't want to start putting leadoff hitters on. There's still hurdles there. That's what they were saying. The Mets and Ranger trade is on hold. There's hurdles. There's thoughts that Matt Scherzer does like the New York area, and he kind of wants to stay here. He also knows he has an owner that will pay him, that will improve the club of those Texas same way, and the throw foul out of play to one. For the Texas Rangers, they won't even make money. They won't even make loose win as well. Also, if you're Matt Scherzer, you get to go to the state income tax. No, a state with no income tax is more money per year, annual value. So I'm surprised he's taking off. Right now, the kids are not in school. If he has young kids, he can move it. This one grounded. Here's one, and they get the force. They only get one on a fielder's choice. Reaches Henderson as Rutschman is gone. If you're scoring that at home, it's 6-4. Fielder's choice for Gunnar Henderson. And he trades places. Here's Anthony Santander, last night's hero. Now, Santander batting 259. He hit his 18th home run last night to walk it off on the Yankees, and also got his 56 run batted in, 98 hit, in 378 plate appearances to Santander, who takes a ball outside 1-0. Yankees up 1-0 on the line drive home run by Giancarlo Stanton. And the pitch. This one is pop foul. 1-1. All right, so he agreed. Given $40 million contract, I wouldn't care about the state tax. Yeah, of course, I understand that. But these millionaires are greedy. Me and you, common folks, Steve, to us, that's generational changing money. But the more money you have, the more penny pinching, the more you look at Hal Steinbrenner, look at Mark Cuban, look at all those billionaires, they penny pinch. The more money you have, the more you tend to penny pinch. And I think that, millionaires tend to worry about even a quarter at that time. Here's the 2-1. This one is popped up. Who's going to get it? And Clark Schmidt gets it himself for the second out. So Santander pops up to Clark Schmidt. Now with 2 outs now, man on first, we'll bring the cleanup hitter Ryan O'Hearn, the first baseman, who's batting .302, 9 home runs, 33 runs batted in, 52 hits, and 172 plate appearances. Yankees barely have a 1-0 lead here on the power of the Jedi's rant, and Stanton hit out of fear a home run. Oh my God, those guys fight for a quarter, or even a silver, even a copper clad penny on the floor. My goodness. So he takes a call strike, 0-1. And this one is foul out of play, 0-2. We have an 0-2 count here. Schmidt is trying to send this here to the second inning, and that's a ball down low, 1-2. So we have a 1-0 lead, a runner at first, a 1-2 count. 15 pitches for Clark Schmidt. Look how quickly his is elevated to 15. And 1-2. This one is slowly rolled here to Torres. He fields, gets the runner out at first in time. So the inning comes to a conclusion. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We go back to the second inning here. A full inning in the books. 1-0 Yankees. Maybe I need to rant. Oh, the mighty buck. Yes, indeed, Mr. Steven. Yes, indeed. All the mighty buck. Money talks, everything else walks. You see that in just like the Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, if you remember that persona back in the WWF days of the wrestling, everyone has a price. And of course, hopefully I hope the Mets get something juicy back in their farm system for moving Matt Scherzer. I know Matt Scherzer. I know we mentioned it yesterday on the stream when we were told about Scherzer not being happy with the move of David Robinson, and I was telling you, you know what? Maybe he was the reason. If he wasn't giving up home runs and only pitching 6 innings, 5+ innings, maybe the Mets would not be in that situation that they're in. He's a big part of why the reason the Mets are struggling the way they're struggling. And for him to go, it's good for him to go. I hope the Mets get some prospects that maybe not this year, not next year, but the following year they could help them with their farm system, develop, have a farm. Steve Cohen wants the Mets to have a strong farm system. They want to emulate the Dodgers, getting some draft picks, scouting, developing, having a strong farm system. If they need to get a player, their trade, they have a strong farm system where people respect their farm, their prospects, and want to make moves with the New York Mets. That's what the Mets end game is here. Not only that, bring players up who are less expensive, reset the luxury tax, pay their own players. They're really good. So I think that's what Steve Cohen's vision is on building the New York Mets. Let's see if it comes out. You have to start somewhere. The Wilpons really depleted that organization of talent. I mean, first of all, going to Vegas for your AAA affiliate, that was the first mistake. So who knows? Who knows there? And I don't know. They've been mentioning Randy Horn coming for a long time, Chris. I don't know if he's going to finally show up. Also, Bray Wyatt for SummerSlam. It'll be interesting to see. I kind of want to be in a surprise mode. I know I'm reading a little bit of the dirt sheets and hearing to see, but they've been rumoring Randy Orton now for since Night of Champions. So I don't know. Eventually they're going to hit on it. So I kind of want to be surprised as IKF takes a call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. But SummerSlam will be next Saturday. I'm up in the air iffy because I will be coming back traveling. Hopefully I get back in Orlando in time. I'm going to make the stream and everything, but there might be a chance I might not be able to make that stream, unfortunately, situation. I know, the channel will be dark on Thursday and Friday. The 1-2. This one foul out of play. So Thursday and Friday, nothing going on. No. I believe nothing unless if Austin and Chef Dan, of course, they have capability of coming on whenever they need to. If they do something that's different, but for myself, I won't be able. Hey, Lamario, how are you, buddy? The 1-2. This one foul out of play. Yeah, if I think I should be back. I'm going to probably leave early in the morning. Hopefully, be back in time. Hopefully, it doesn't mentally. I'm okay to return and be able to do the SummerSlam watch along. I will probably. It looks like it's probably 70%, but there's a 30% chance I might not be able. 1-2 outside. 2-2. No Sunday Night Baseball tomorrow night. It is Great American Bash Night on the Jedi Network. So we like I mentioned, Sunday premium live events for wrestling ahead of the regular season. As this one is fouled back. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, IKF. Falefa, who's batting .256, 5 home runs, 25 RBIs, 53 hits, and 207 plate appearances. Yes, we've been speaking about that, Mike. No new news there. We're waiting for the money to be finalized. How much money is going back to Texas, and what prospects goes to the Mets? We know Scherzer's done, and the pitch outside 3-2. I don't think that Verlander gets traded. Although the Dodgers have been interested, peeking around. I don't think the Mets will trade because now they'll have no pitching whatsoever. Not for this year, for next year. And the 3-2. He misses outside. We get a leadoff walk. So IKF now clapping and encouraging his teammates. Don't hold your breath there because you're probably going to get stranded at first. Here's Harrison Bader. Now Bader, who's batting .255 with 7 home runs, 32 runs batted in, 48 hits, and 188 at bats. There's a strike. With Isaiah Falefa, I'm with you, Chris. You need to steal here. I will go ahead and run. I will go ahead and run with Bader. Although Bader's not afraid of bunting. Bader is not afraid of bunting. Let's see. The 0-1. As he's swinging, 0-2. The bunt is out of the question. He ain't bunting no more. This team don't believe in freaking bunts. They don't believe in adding on and what did I say before I went on that crazy rant there? They need to build fences. And they're not building fences. They're not pushing the envelope. They're sitting with their finger in their ass waiting for a home run. Here is the 0-2. Bader fouls it off. 0-2 to count. And Bader's been banging into double plays. He's been the master of double plays, that Bader. I can't stomach another double play with this clown. I hope he doesn't I hope he doesn't hit into a double play. The 0-2. Grounded back up the middle. There's one. And he only gets one there because it was 2 wells. That's, and I tell you what, Chris, if they would have ran IKF, the play was the first, and that would have been kind of like a swinging bunt. But no, these idiots, that idiot in the bull, in the man, in the dugout doesn't run the players. He don't run with IKF, who steal bases. By the way, he has 9 stolen bases. But no. Analytics say, why bother running the bases? Why steal? Freaking morons. 29 pitches for Wells. Here's Anthony. I strike out a lot. Volpe. Now Volpe was batting 210, 13 home runs, 36 RBI, 72 hits, and 343 plate appearances. Runner goes. Wow, a stolen base. And the goal goes to center field. Holy shit. They actually stole the base, and they got a base runner at third. Que milagro. Pop the champagne. Pop the champagne. The Yankees were 1 out. Move some base runners. Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. My level of tolerance with the Yankees is up here right now. They should have been doing this earlier. They should have been doing this 6 weeks ago. Infield in now. But what's the point? What's the difference? You got the strikeout machine and Anthony Volpe up. Let's go. Swing and a miss. 1-1. We'll see. Hopefully the Yankees could get a manufacturer run. They got a manufacturer run here. They got a manufacturer run with Anthony Volpe. I can't see another strikeout here. I need a fly ball or something. There's a ball up high, 2-1. This is 32 pitches for Mr. Tyler Wells. The 2-1. Foul tip to throw over the third. And he's out. Of course. Of course. Where are you going? Where are you going, Bader? Where are you going, you moron? Where are you going? Why did you get picked off at third? You can't score for crap, and you get picked off at third. This is a remnants of a terrible team. And the throw was not even on line. Oh, my God. What is this team doing? How do you get picked off at third? How? When you can't score any runs. Volpe, foul, tipped 2-2. Oh, my goodness. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Just strike out Volpe. Just do what you do best. Up high, 3-2. Just swing and a miss. Add to your strikeout totals. Let's go. Let's go to the next inning. My God. It doesn't matter if it's 3-2. Even if you walk, you got the automatic out and you got Shoka coming up. Volpe puts a charge, and that's what he does. He's the king of the home runs of foul. He's the master of the foul home runs, is Anthony Volpe. He puts a charge on that bad boy. He had a couple of walk-off foul home runs on the Red Sox to this guy. Oh. I can't believe that 1-0 loss last night really pulled me over the top. You know how you have a bucket and you have a drop at a time, and a drop at a time, and a drop at a time. Oof. There's nothing to sell, for the love of Pete. There's nothing to sell for the Yankees to get any prospect, anything back in return. You guys keep saying sell. There's shit to sell on the Yankees, for the love of Christ. There's nothing to sell on the New York Yankees. Nobody wants Rizzo. Nobody wants LeMahieu. And you're not going to sell the good players you have. So stop with the narrative of selling the team. Of selling. They now have nothing to sell, Mike. You got expiring contracts. No, you can't. There's nothing to sell. If it was the case, they would have fire sale. There is no Andrew Miller. There is no Chapman. There is nothing that can get you that high value back. Here's Volpe. Volpe, strike three. What he does best, and he is rookie of the strikeout of the year as Volpe goes down. There's nothing to sell here. There's nothing for the Yankees to sell, Mike. There's nada. There's absolutely nothing to sell on this team. Nobody wants Billy McKinney. Nobody wants maybe Harrison Bader. You know what? All right, I'm going to go with you on that. You want to sell? Sell Bader. We can't. Bader is a good center fielder. Sell Harrison Bader. You want to sell Harrison Bader? We could sell Harrison Bader. You want to sell Gleyber Torres? We could sell Gleyber Torres. Nobody wants David John LeMahieu. Giancarlo Stanton has a full no trade clause. Nobody in their right mind, and Stanton has to agree. Like Scherzer, you see there's a lot of hiccups for Giancarlo Stanton to leave. Bader's is an expiring contract. Bader could be moved. Although Cashman will not trade Bader because they will look stupid trading Harrison Bader after they got rid of Jordan Montgomery. They're not going. Jordan Montgomery is going to get traded and bring the St. Louis Cardinals some minor league prospects back to their organization. They're not. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. All right, so tell me what you're going to get for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. You're going to get Juan Soto for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa? Yep, so let's do it. Juan Soto for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa because Caputo thinks that he has a lot of value. I don't think so. You're going to get single-A players. You're going to get players below Spencer Jones. They're not going to get anyone. It's Bader and Gleyber. That's it. That's it, Heel. You're correct. That's the only, and maybe Severino. Luis Severino. That's it. Luis Severino. It's going to be Luis Severino, Gleyber Torres, and Harrison Bader. That's the only players that you're going to get any value for whatsoever. Unless they're willing to give controllable players like a Domingo Germán or vice versa. All right, so here's the second inning of work for Mr. Clark Schmidt to Ryan Mountcastle. Castle hits this one to right field, and we're tied at 1 as he gives up a solo opposite field shot to Ryan Mountcastle. And just like that, the Orioles tie the game 1-1 on a solo shot. That's Ryan Mountcastle's 13th home run of the season. Oh. The Yankees don't want to trade IKF or Luis Severino. I think if the Yankees get swept this weekend, which that's on the table, Heel, I think they're gonna hear talks for Severino and IKF. I think that those conversations, or the phone has to be picked up. They have to be picked up on that. All right. There's a pitch down low. 2-0. And Heel ironically wants Mountcastle on the Astros. They're not going to trade Mountcastle, Heel. If it was last year, you should have picked up the phone last year. You probably would have got it from the Orioles last year. But this year, he's a big part of their team, as this one's foul. 2-1. I think the window for him to trading Ryan Mountcastle was a little bit out of the question there. So here's Frazier now. After the home run, usually comes the single or the double here. Let's see here's the 2-1. Of course, this is rocketed into the corner, and this one's going to go fair, and this looks like it's going to be a double. Yep. So a home run and a double, and now the Orioles now attacking. This is They could sell. They could even put your ass for sale. No, it's up to the other people to buy. They don't want to buy. They're not gonna buy. No one. When you go to the supermarket, You don't buy the ugliest piece of fruit or the crappiest piece of fruit. You buy something that's nice, that's ripe, that's ready to go. That's the same thing with the baseball players. If a baseball player looks ripe, looks good, is playing having a good year, they're gonna buy. If a baseball, if the fruit is terrible, all crap, they're not. You're not touching it. They're not gonna touch Yankee players right now. So runner at second with no outs. The Orioles trying to take the lead back on the Yankees, all even on one. So the Yankees one inning with the lead. That's it. Not even half an inning. There's a call strike. 0-1. Here's Austin Hayes. 5.5 games out of the third wild card. The number gets larger and larger. The tasks become extremely elevated for the New York Yankees. This one is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one, good play there by LeMahieu, who gets the out at first, and he holds the runner at second. He gets Hayes there one way. Okay, let's see here. The Mets are 6.5. Okay, never mind. A new report came out that apparently Mad Max has not decided or not that he wants to come to Texas, which the Mets were easy to negotiate with. I don't think, you know what? The more I hear the hiccups, I probably won't be surprised if Max Scherzer doesn't go to the Texas Rangers. I wouldn't be surprised. 1 out now. And the pitch. And this one is foul to Cowser, who's batting 114 here. With no home runs, 4 runs batted in. Cowser has 5 hits and 44 at-bats. This is the kind of player that you have to get out. You can't, only 5 hits on the season. You got to get this guy out. You can't play around. You can't mess around with him. Get him out. Get the second out on Cowser. The pitch. Grounded foul, 0-2. So we headed to count 0-2 now. Yankees and Orioles are all even at 1 apiece here. It's been an early frustrating start for the New York Yankees and myself here. I just want to see them win this damn game tonight. The 0-2. This one is outside. 1-2. Now, Clark Schmidt better keep an eye on Frazier. Frazier does have 7 stolen bases. He's been dancing off of second base there a little bit. The last thing you want him to do is to get to third with less than 1 out. The 1-2. 2-2. It's not a miracle when you're right now 3 games out. That's not a miracle. A miracle if you're 10 games out. That's a miracle. When you're 3 games, 2.5 games out, that's not a miracle. Next backhand, good play by Rizzo to Schmidt, and he gets them. That's why they think they're possibly striking. Let's face it, they're a week and a half away. A week and a half away from the Yankees just to get on a good streak, and they're right back at that. Yeah, Steven. I don't think the Scherzer family wants to uproot their kids. I think they want to stay where they're at. I don't think they want to move to Texas. It kind of seems that way. All indications, I don't think they want to go to Texas. There's a pitch down low. 1-0. Just think about it. If they win a whole week of games, they're going to pick up game. They picked up last time 3 games on a good. They picked up 2.5 games when they swept the Royals. Just think about that. 2-0. But the way they're playing, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. I'm gonna be honest with you. The way they're playing, the way they're hitting, don't hold your breath for the making of ground. But if they were to turn this around, they're right back there. Here's a slow roller, and it is foul. It's still out. 2 balls and 1 strike. What a frustrating start here for this team right now. For me personally, it's for someone who's been watching baseball, played baseball, managed baseball, and baseball. The way they see this in the major league level, it's just atrocious. The way they're playing, the way they're executing. Hi, Aiden. The deadline is Tuesday, but you know what? It doesn't mean anything. The deadline's going to come and go. If they don't win games, it's going to mean nothing. It's going to mean nothing, Aiden, if they don't win games. It don't mean anything. Mr. Darnell Davis, what's going on? Yes, these New York teams are going to drive me crazy. They're going to drive. Here's a 3-1. There's a strike. 3-2. I think we overhyped our team so greatly, and then they go on the field and they disappoint. I mean, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pete Alonso has been hot. Aiden, we've been speaking about that for quite 20 minutes about that. Ground ball, backhand, Volpe throws, long throw, not in time. The run will score. The Orioles take a 2-1 lead. So an infield single there for Uranus. It makes it a 2-1 here. He waved it off. All right, so I knew Scherzer wasn't leaving. And Steve, we were correct. He doesn't want to uproot his family. I don't think the Mets will trade Verlander. Yeah, Uranus got there safe, so he's on. 2-1 Baltimore because they hustle out of the box. Here's Adley Rutschman. 1-0. You got to be careful, Aiden, on who you hear on those sources. There's a lot of guys that want to just make videos every 10 minutes, bringing up speculation and putting on fake news. So you got to be careful. Go to Tom Duty. Go to the real sources. Don't let your videos, because there's a guy who just does videos all day. I don't even know how he pays his bills at his house. All day, videos every 2 seconds. You got to be careful. Got to be careful with those videos. Mikey said that. All right. And Jason, I don't see that any. They're pretty accurate most of the time, but they tend to get things wrong from time to time. They're good friends. They're great friends. As IKF makes the play, you got to be careful though. They just do videos to do videos. That's why I stay away from that. A lot of that false narrative reporting, because you get egg on your face. I mean, that's to each his own. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it because they're good friends, but just got to be careful. You can't go around saying it's accurate when you don't hear it from the blue check marks or the guys from the Verducci's, the Heymans, because that's a tough one. Yeah, they're not credible. Ball Cap Sports is the same as ball sack. They're not credible. They're not credible until you get it from them, from the Valducci's and the Rosenthals and the Heymans. Everyone else, you could take it with a grain of salt. They're not gospel. They're not gospel. You got to be careful. I mean, they want to get ahead of the story. They want to get them, but got to be careful. Just got to be careful. I mean, I'm not saying that they're wrong. They might be right, but it hasn't happened yet. To say it's factual. Just because Fanside reports it. Remember, Fanside wants people to click on their internet page and click on their clickbait, and then a lot of guys read it or they follow it, then they want to report it like they're breaking news, and it's not even close to being the truth. Yeah, everything's on hold. Mets, they agreed, but I don't think Scherzer's gonna prove it. We're gonna wait. Do I see him getting traded? You know what? I think it will. I think they'll work it out. I think Scherzer will go. The media got a hold of it. The Met fans are acting salty towards Scherzer. They want him out of here. You know what? It's best for him to go. I think Scherzer should leave New York personally, but you got to wait for it to be 100% accurate. This Yankee team got me spicy tonight, so not my usual self tonight. So I'll just tell you that much. This Yankee team got me heated. Here's Mr. Kyle. I can't hit Higashioka. Hits this one in the air down the foul line, and it is foul. He's batting wonderful 216 for the New York Yankees with 5 home runs, 20 runs batted in for Higashioka. Boy, a guy that I would love the Yankees to trade out of here will be Kyle Higashioka. Boy, would I have a wonderful afternoon the day I hear that news. Oh, and 2 there. Yeah, you got those bad dog, ball sack, your sister's ass, media reports. They all report clickbait stuff. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. This one foul to that useless Higashioka. It's still 1-2. So the Yankees got 1 with the Orioles tomorrow, 3 with the Rays, and 4 with the Astros. That's a hell of a schedule there. With the way the way they're mashing the ball, interesting. 2-2. Yeah, there's no. Let's see. Verlander's trending number 9 in X. So I don't think he will. I don't think he's getting moved either. Verlander won't get moved. This one ground ball in the hole for a base hit. So that broken clock, Higashioka gets a single. A leadoff single for Higashioka. Okay. Jordan and Altuve are back for the Astros. Yeah, they mended water. They did a hell of a job there, Heel. Your Astros with Jordan Alvarez and Altuve out of the lineup, keep staying where they are as Torres takes a ball. 1-0. No, you could upgrade the team, Mike. With a couple moves here and there. I mean, it's not again. You want to upgrade. You want to put a good, respectable product out there. I mean, not to do no moves. That's a disservice too. But here's the 1-1. Torres lines this one right to the second base, and that might be a double play. No. So Higashioka got back there. Another hard hit ball right to another Oriole defender. I'm here. It's time to change the game. I hope so. We still got a couple weeks. We got weeks away before NBA training camp. Here's here's Judge. Excuse me. I saw Stanton first. Judge now. Let's see if Judge could get a single here. Swing and a miss. Judge is 0 for 1. No, they got a lot of slack for moving Giolito and the moves they made. They're not going to move any. They're not moving neither one of those players there. Mike, I don't think the White Sox are going to move those players. Those are building blocks. Outside, 1-1. Yeah, because we know Bellinger's not moving. Bellinger with the Chicago still thinks they have a chance here. Let's see if Judge could do something here, man. Bellinger's not getting traded. Judge hits this one deep. Going back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Yeah, coño. Let's go. Aaron Judge has to put on his Superman cape, and he hits a 2-run shot and give the Yankees the lead. Oh, thank you, big guy. A Judgian blast, 442 feet, 112 miles exit velocity. And all rise, the Judge is in session. Yankees have a 3-2 lead. Number 20 for the big guy, as Stanton, who homered his last time up, takes a call strike. So the Yankees recapture the lead, 3-2, and that must feel great for that young man, for the Yankee captain. This is why you put the C on his chest. 2 balls and 1 strike. Judge just homered. Maria is loving it. 2-1. The captain is back. Here's the 2-1 to Stanton. Stanton pops this one up. He got it off the end of the bat, reaching. Here's Santander. Santander makes the play. 2 outs. Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, it's later tonight. St. Louis hosting the Cubs. So that's a night game. The Cubs are on fire right now. I don't think Bellinger's not going anywhere. And they might not even trade Marcus Stroman. They think they have an outside chance of getting that 3rd wild card. Actually, the division as well. Here's Rizzo. Curveball. He got hit by a pitch there. He's going to reach. Now, that's a move that they might do. Blake Snell might get moved. Look for the Texas Rangers to go after Blake Snell if the Matt Scherzer move doesn't go through. If the Matt Scherzer move doesn't look like it's going to go through, don't be surprised if the Texas Rangers pivot and move to Blake Snell going that way. Here's LeMahieu with a runner at first with 2 outs. DJ swings and a miss with the top of that one. Now, Tyler Wells has given up already 25 home runs of the season, including tonight's 2 home runs that he gave up to Stanton and Judge. And Yankees got an unbelievable record when both of those guys homer in a game. So love it. That one is outside, 1-1. Houston has a 2-0 lead on those Tampa Bay Rays. That's in the 2nd inning. Boston is trailing San Francisco Giants 1-0. I'll keep you updated on those scores. But the Yankees here 3-2, and here's the pitch. Outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. But one thing about those mountains, Caputo, they were meant to be climbed. Everest, people, although one of the largest mountains in the world, people still climb it. Yes, there's some dangers and there are risk factors. The point is, every mountain has a chance to be climbed. So it all depends if the Yankees are willing to climb that mountain, buddy. The pitch. Aiden, that's probability. The Yankees got the talent to get that third wild card, but the way they're playing right now, Aiden, it gives a hard time to stand up and put a strong case for the Yankees to get that third wild card, Aiden. But can they? They have talent, they can, but they're not executing it like they should. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. We want them. Listen, we all want them to go on that third wild card run, get that third wild card, get into the postseason, take on a Minnesota Twin or a Guardian. You never know. You could beat the Central Division champs, and then you're in the divisional series. And then you know what? You're playing with house money. The 3-2. And I know a lot of Yankee fans don't want to hear that because they want to win World Series. We all want to win World Series. But from where they were now on July 29th, and if you're telling me you could sign up and get to the divisional round, I think 90% of the Yankee fans currently right now will sign up for that. I know it's not the end game of getting to the World Series, but if you're one of those Yankees that want to see a lot of changes or drastic changes, you don't want to see the Yankees in the postseason. You want Boone gone. You want possibly Cashman removed from his job, and changes. Yes, they need some hits and then home runs. Absolutely, Darnell. Enough with the solo shots. They need a couple base runners. They need the home runs to count with ducks on the pond. Absolutely. So, 2-out rally here. Sean Casey has the baseball mentality. Do you think for a manager? I don't think he's going to be a manager there. I don't think he'll be a manager. Oh, we're going to the bullpen. Whoa, Tyler Wells. Okay, Tyler Wells is out of game here. With a run-to-run game here, manager goes to the bullpen here. I think he sees the Yankees getting comfortable on Tyler Wells. He wants to change it up a little bit. Huh. That's a surprising move there. That's a surprising hope. That's a surprising move there. High going to the bullpen there with taking his starter out. Huh. Toronto already beat the Los Angeles Angels 6-1. Look, just don't look now. Toronto's just 5 games out. If the Yankees win tonight, they'll be 4.5 games up on the Blue Jays. So the Blue Jays starting to climb up. That fraudulent team is actually making some moves here. I mean, they're playing the king of the fraudulence in the Angels. The Minnesota Twins got their butts clobbered. Right now, that's only in the 3rd inning, 6-0, Kansas City. I hope in the team. I think that's what you meant, Kev. You hope in the team. Yes, I hope the team does pull it around and turn it around because hey, nobody wants to be in August when the team is 10 games out doing the watch along. I tell you one thing: there's going to be a lot of WWE Monday Night Raws, Friday Night SmackDown. I haven't done a Friday Night SmackDown. I don't think ever watch along, so that will be present, and we'll probably do in between in the middle. It's Tuesday, Wednesdays, and possibly Thursday Yankee baseball, maybe a Saturday afternoon game. Also NFL football. I have not talked anything about Hard Knocks and the New York Jets. My Jets Alluring podcast is on a back burner because of the New York Yankees right now. But if they fall threshold where they're out of it, those other sports are going to start getting a little more present. I'm going to be totally honest there. We're watching along teams that are currently right now, not being a front runner, but we're watching along current or relevant teams right now. If the Yankees fall out of it, the watch-alongs for the New York Yankees might be far and few in between. I mean, tomorrow night, just alone, NXT is going to take the precedent over Sunday Night Baseball. We're going to do the WWE NXT watch-along, and Saturday night, it's the Astros Yankees, but it's SummerSlam. the summer extravaganza for the WWE, that's going to get present. So Yankees got to show us something. Now, if the Yankees have a chance where they go on fire, they sweep the Tampa Bay Rays. They take they're on fire and they take the first two on the Houston Astros, and they go into that Saturday's game with with an unbeaten streak. Let's say they win tonight and they haven't lost, then we might have to give some. I hate to say that. I'm gonna say now, if the Yankees from tonight all the way until next Saturday go a week undefeated, the SummerSlam's watch along is going to be put on hold. It's gonna go Yankee baseball. IKF goes the opposite way, but right there to the first baseman. I like his approach there, but didn't put too much English on it. But the Yankees take the lead on a 2-run shot from the captain as the Yankees have a 3-2 lead heading into the bottom of the third inning here on the Sports Jedi Network. We got a full house tonight in the chat. We really appreciate that. And just how the Yankees are going to move closer to the wild card if the Blue Jays keep winning. But if the Blue Jays keep winning and Tampa keeps losing and other teams ahead, Boston keeps losing, you gain games on them. You also, if the Houston Astros loses, not every team, then you worry about remember the Yankees still got to play the Blue Jays head to head. They still got to play the Red Sox head-to-head. They also got to play Tampa, which they're going to be playing them shortly, head-to-head. So you're going to have some of these teams head-to-head in front of you to play. You're going to have some say on to whether they're going to increase their lead on you or you're going to cut into that lead, Caputo. So we wait for the inning to change. Judge with his 448-foot home run here gives the Yankees a 2-run lead, a 1-run lead with a 2-run shot. Good job there, man. Good to see Judge. Now, here's the thing. Judge just homered. It's going to now have either ahead of him Torres or Stan. They're going to start seeing better pitches now because Judge homered. Now it's up to the other hitters in the lineup to make the Oriole pitching and Major League pitching pay. Soto's not getting traded to the Yankees. Soto, hater to the Yankees, please. Jerome, I'm with you on that, but I don't know if they will. I don't know if Soto will go. Maybe Hader and maybe Blake Snell, but I don't know if Soto is going to be moved. I think Padres are going to be very greedy on what they want to get here because you're going to get a year and a half. You're going to get a year and 2 months, 2 months of Juan Soto in your team, and they feel that they need something, a king ransom for it. Now, it all depends on the Yankees how much of an apple of the eye they think their prospects are. And there's a call strike there to start off the bottom of the third inning. Here's Adley Rutschman. Actually, Gunnar Henderson. It's Henderson. Here's the 0-1. 1-1. Let me ask you this, Jerome, and everyone that's listening. If the New York Yankees have Judge they just signed him for a new contract for 10 years. Here's the 1-1. Stanton here for another 4. Those are clogged in the outfield. Where are we going to play? Where are we going to find play time for Dominguez, Jones, I'm not saying to be irresponsible either. The 2-1. Where they're going to play him at, if you have a chance to trade one of them to bring a Soto here to play left field, then you might have to think about that and move these and pull the trigger. I understand you have to give something to get something because Stanton, where is he going to? Stanton's a right fielder for the next 4 years or designated hitter. And Judge is signed for a 9-year deal. Now, if you're telling me Spencer Jones is going to move to play first base, then you're talking about you hold on. If Dominguez, I know he's brought up as a center fielder, but I think in the major leagues they're going to look for him to be a corner outfielder, not a center fielder. Dominguez, they need a left fielder. Then you have Everson Peraza, another left fielder, another outfielder. So there is no room with these kids. So you might want to pull the trigger to bring someone in like a dynamic Soto or something to improve your team. As Santander fouls it out. 2 quick outs here. Okay, but including this year, it's 4 years. So there's still 3 years left on Giancarlo Stanton's deal. That's still a long time. That's still a long time for 3 years. That's three more seasons. And you still got Judge there. One and zero. This one is hit in the air, and that's a base hit, and it's going to split the outfielders, go all the way to the wall. Bader retrieves it, and into second, O'Hearn with a 2-out double. And there's a pitch for a strike to Mountcastle, 0-1. 1-for-1 is Mountcastle. He has a solo homer. Yankees have a 3-2 lead here. We're in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs. The pitch outside, 1-1. I don't think they're going to move Stanton. He has a full no trade clause, Mike. Don't you understand? He has to agree. And when you go to Stanton and ask him to be moved to waive his no trade clause, you upset the guy. He could be petty and say no, and then you have a disgruntled player there who you got to pay $28 million. You just because that's why they ask for a no trade clause. They control one they're going to play at. Second, they want to be upset and go play for a bottom feeding team. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here. 2-2. Stanton's not going anywhere. He's not. I think Judge should play first, Steven. I think Judge should take some reps at first base. Just think of him as that big target. Although, you know what's going to stink about Judge? Third, I don't know if he'll play third, but he's such a good athlete. Wouldn't surprise me. Because you're going to lose that great – he has a strong arm. To play him at first base, you lose that strong arm there. But he's such a big target at first base. Just think of him being there as that first baseman. You just got to know how to scoop the ball there. And the 2-2. Grounded, foul. 2-2. That's what will be interesting to see if they move Spencer Jones from another position as well. Spencer Jones is just tearing it up. Nah, that's your wishful thinking. Him to the Dodgers. That's you wishful thinking. It's not gonna happen. Dodgers are gonna have Ohtani on the books. Dodgers are not getting. They're not going for Stanton. I'm telling you, that's your heart. That's your wishful thinking. That's you being a fan on that Stanton going out there. Oh, 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Foul out of play. Stanton will want to play New York because he has a guaranteed contract here. Two balls and 2 strikes. This one's popped up. And Rizzo in foul territory. Rizzo makes the play. The inning comes to a conclusion. All right, so a leadoff, actually a 2-out double is stranded at second. Yankees with a 3-2 lead. We go to the 4th inning. Michael, at that point, when you're a millionaire, it doesn't matter where you live. When you're a millionaire, it doesn't matter if you live in California or New York. At that point, it's just preference. When you're a millionaire, it doesn't make a difference where you play at, because at the off season, if he really loves California that much, he'll just go back. He'll go there in the off season. When you're a millionaire, that's different. But when you're a person like ourselves who work 9 to 5, blue collar, that makes a difference because of because of the taxes implication. Second is because of taxes, travel, the economics. But for guys, but that doesn't affect the millionaires in Los Angeles, New York. It doesn't affect them. Have you seen San Francisco? Have you seen the video footage in San Francisco? It doesn't. It only affects us common folks who are blue collar folks, the crime, the homeless, all that other stuff. Those millionaires, they just move around in millionaire circles. They just go and they don't if they don't travel in traffic. They want to take a helicopter. They just take a helicopter. Look at the late Kobe Bryant. God rest his soul. He didn't sit in traffic. He'll take a helicopter wherever he needed to go. Vice versa. These millionaires, that doesn't affect them. We think we put a lot of stock into that. Oh, I live in California and this and that. It doesn't make a difference to billionaires. And most of the time when the star athlete needs, they could even easily get a private escort from police and law enforcement in and out. It don't make a difference. It don't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference with Stanton, where they plays in New York, and most of these guys live in New Jersey anyway. They're not. It's not like you see Stanton hanging out all the time in New York City, and when he does, he's going to go with private security. He could afford that. All right, so we go to the 4th inning. It's not like you and me that we have to get on that subway. And here's Bader, takes a call strike. 0-1. All right, so Bader comes up with a single up the middle. So he gets on with a leadoff single. Now, I know Chris and I are always big proponent. You gotta steal here with Volpe, because God forbid they ask that the rookie strikeout machine a bunt here. So you could hit and run, steal with Bader. Let's go. Bader has 9 stolen bases on the year. This is where you need to push the envelope. You're up 3-2. Push the envelope. Put the defense on their toes. Steal some bases. The pitch. Outside. They call a strike a high strike. 0-1. This one is hit in the air to right field. Again, Volpe trying the launch angle and putting everything in the air. Volpe should be hitting everything down on a line drive to the ground, using his legs. That right there. Volpe's hitting woes are on the Yankees organization. That's a reflection of the Yankees organization on Anthony Volpe's hitting. His hitting approach is atrocious. He is extremely talented. He has 13 home runs, 36 runs batted in, all that great crap. But his hitting approach is atrocious, and that's the cosmos of the Yankee organization. Runner goes, and there's a hit and run executed to perfection. Hallelujah. So the hit and run finally works for the New York Yankees. 1st and 3rd now with 1 out. As Bader was going, and Higgy hits it right in between the vacated hole. That's the way to do it. Good job there, bro. This team is giving me Hajida hemorrhoids here. Here's Gleyber Torres. And Torres swinging at the first pitch, hits this one to center field. Center fielder can't see it. Now he gets it. He's going to tag. Bader runs, and he's on his way, and he scored. Sacrifice fly. Yankees increase 4-2. I love it. I love that small baseball there because you move the butt runners over. Good job. The hit and run manufacture a run for this lifeless Yankee team. Good job. And the Yankees are 44-12, and they score 4 runs and more. They're 10-37 when they only score 3 or less. Thank you. And here's Judge. Judge line drive. That's a big hit. Let's see if he goes to third. No, Higashioka stops there. Yankees got something cooking. Now, this is a good-looking inning there for the New York Yankees. They manufacture a run. They now Judge with a 2-out, a hard-hit baseball. He's putting some oomph on that baseball. It burned Uranus line there. Gave a burning rash to Raymond Uranus at third there. We get a mount visit here. Here comes the pitching coach. Remember, the Orioles are already in their bullpen here. Now, if you're the Yankees, you want to wreck this game here. The Orioles took their starter out early. You want to beat up on the Orioles bullpen tonight, setting up for tomorrow's game as well with a very depleted Oriole bullpen, and you have a chance to win the series. Despite the fact how bleak and how bad last night, 1-0 loss here, you go out here tonight and remember the Orioles put a beating on the Yankees on that 4-game series there on the New York Yankees. Boy, the Yankees could return the favor here. Return the favor. Put a butt whip in here on a Saturday night where they're gonna have to use a lot of bullpen arms, and they have a beat up bullpen going into tomorrow's game. Here's Stanton, and you take the series now, and now you have something. Okay, you could have easily swept them, but you take 2 out of 3. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but yeah, see what happens when you hit and run. Absolutely, Chris. We've been saying that. Stanton swings and a miss, 1-1. It gets me excited there. I know at the end of the inning, Susan will let you know how excited she gets. Stanton, 1-1. This one's grounded to short, and he goes a short way, and the inning comes to a conclusion. So the Yankees get some runs there. They manufactured a run here on the sacrifice fly. They put some base runners on, 4-2 Yankees, and that gets excited. Everyone likes that kind of baseball play. Even Susan Wallman. We'll hear.
The best way to hit Bush, I guess, is to stay back.
Bush, what happened?
Everybody having a good time out there?
Oh yeah, we're having a great time. What? Who?
Sterling on CBS.
Huh?
Now to the Mets.
What?
I can go under the table as quickly as anybody.
On several occasions.
I gotta tell you, Susan, that's hitting the bush.
Everybody having a good time out there?
Yeah.
Stand up. Let me see that body.
Oh,
About 6 inches.
makes his bones.
How hard is it?
It's a Johnny Rocket.
I can go under the table as quickly as anybody. Okay, let's do it.
Back to back, and a belly to belly.
Stand up. Let me see that body.
Even I'm getting very excited.
Wowie zowie.
The fans know what's coming.
And la, say Louis.
Okay, let's
Say
do
Louis.
it.
There you go. She gets under the table for small baseball. Everyone likes that when there's a little small ball involved. Yankees manufacture run. You see, really, everyone gets excited. You got a Johnny Rocket. So the Orioles will have Frazier, Hayes, and Cowser, but Yankees better not get too comfortable. It's only a 2-run game. Anything, a bloop and a blast, and we're all even again, and all that goes down. All that hard work goes to Mook. So the Yankees got to continue to work hard here. Again, with the fences, they scored a couple runs here. That's what the small ball does. It allows you to build fences. There's nothing wrong with fences. A good privacy fence keeps everyone out, keeps intruders out, keeps the losses away. And as long as you continue to build fences, you'll get your probability of getting a win gets greater. And you got to continue to score runs and continue to build fences. As Minnesota, Kansas City's leads in half, 6-3. So here come the Twins. And it's a full, well, it's not a full moon yet. It's a 3/4 of a moon. So the deal is done with Max Scherzer then? Can we finally say that all the copy and pasters could finally say the deal is done? Here's Frazier. Yep, it's now complete. He is a Texas Ranger. So he's gone. Say you later. Matt Scherzer, he's done. It's been confirmed now. So there's been confirmation. Matt Scherzer will be going to the Texas Rangers. All the parameters of the deal is done. So go ahead and put your shorts. Put all your video shorts there. We know it's already done. The 1-1 outside. 2-1. There's a strike. 2-2. Now Schmidt's got a 2-run lead here. He's got to make it hold up here. Can't give any runs back. Right is Torres. Torres Fields gets the first out now. 1 away. As we have a good conversation in the chat. Okay, the Scherzer deal is complete. Heyman reported. Yeah, we just mentioned that about 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago. Thanks for listening. There's the call strike. Oh, I actually called it a ball. 1-0. I wonder if this microphone is turned on at times. This one is foul out of play. 1-1. Austin Hayes, who grounded out the first time. Verlander is 39 years old, if I'm not mistaken, 40. But he was out of baseball for about a year with Tommy John. He's got 1-2. So they kind of feel that Verlander has a stronger arm than Matt Scherzer, Aiden. Scherzer right now is on the decline. Remember, he had that dead arm with the Dodgers, and he hasn't been finishing strong in the second half of seasons for the past 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. But I think he's going to get – I think there's going to be some – here's a 1-2 pitch as this one's followed. I think Scherzer in the early part is going to be with adrenaline and getting a shot of adrenaline and invigorated on being in that Texas Ranger staff. Remember, he's not coming there to be their savior. He's just going to be a fill-in there, a number 2 starter behind a Nathan Eovaldi. So maybe the heavy lifting on Scherzer on the expectations might go well for him to go there to Texas. I think, and I think that move is going to help the Rangers with Scherzer. I think we're going to see Scherzer, and Met fans are going to say, "What the hell was this?" This one's foul. No, actually, this one, and Rizzo in foul territory, and he makes the play for the second out. If DeGrom doesn't get hurt, I don't think they go for Scherzer anyway. Michael, I don't think Scherzer gets traded to the Rangers. Won't even think about going after Max Scherzer if DeGrom is injured. So, so that's why they went for a Max Scherzer, because DeGrom's injury. So bases empty with 2 outs. Cowser, and he fouls this one off his foot for a foul. 2 outs now. 4-2. Yankees on top of the Orioles. It's the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. Verlander gets traded to the Giants. I don't think the Mets are going to move him, Mike. They're going to keep Verlander because deal 1. Beyond that, just think about this. Who are the Mets going to bring? Who are the Mets going to send out next season, pitching wise? They got no one. Cookie Carrasco's cooked. They've got no starting pitching. They need Verlander. They need at least an ace to build off of. They're gonna throw more money again in the free agency. They're not selling. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to trade Verlander. I don't think so. Now, if Verlander gets an offer they can't refuse, Mike, if you're the Mets, where they're going to get you, Mike, a pitching prospect that is a year away, yeah, then you know what? You got Verlander. Here's the one, too. And you're getting like good play there taken away by LeMahieu. Now, you got to watch for the Mets. You got to watch for the Mets there. If they got Senga, but Senga's a number 3 starter, Chris. 3 or number 2 right now. You can't ask a guy to be a number 1. Verlander's your number 1, and yeah, maybe that 1-2 punch Verlander and Senga has got something building there. We take Senga a little bit for granted, but he's still adjusting to pitching every 5 days in the major league level. He's still a good pitcher. I kind of do like Senga. I do like Senga for the Mets, but Cookie Carrasco is done. I'm trying to think of who's their other starter. Oh, you also got Carlos Quintana. Quintana is a serviceable pitcher, very good serviceable pitcher. He's a professional who's going to get you some pitching. He might be moved. Quintana might be another one moved instead of Verlander for the Mets. That will get you some kind of prospects there. They got to think about, for coming into the 2024 season, you only got Verlander and Senga. Then they got to throw some money, more money. And I know the owner is not afraid of spending money on bringing some pitcher, but I don't know if Stroman will be a fit back to New York if he has some choice words. I don't think he'll return. That's another one. But you got to keep an eye on what's going to happen if Burns out there in Milwaukee, if he wants a contract extension or money wise. The Mets are one of those teams that will pounce and trade and give him a big deal. That's the type of move that the Mets will do in the offseason. But there's a lot of time for that to be talked about in the offseason. A lot of things can happen. So, correction, Texas is paying $22.5 million of the Mets are pretty much paying the rest. So, they're splitting it 50-50. He makes 40+ million. I think it's 45 million. So that means the Texas Rangers will probably send a low-level prospect back because they're going to pick up more money. The more money the Mets pick up, the better of a prospect the Mets receive. The more money goes out off their books, the less prospects gets moved to the Mets. So that's pretty much what that's about when it comes to trading players for who picks up what kind of a tab on it. But remember, the Scherzer has a opt-in for next season at $45 million. So that means that Texas is on the books for that. If he opts in, he has to pay 45. The Texas Rangers is going to have Scherzer for $45 million for next year. Unless if he breaks that and gets a contract extension with less money but more years. He had 3 years. We had less money for a long-term deal. We'll never know. Here's Rizzo. There's a call strike. As we're on the way here in the top of the 5th inning, Yankees up 4-2. It'll be Rizzo at the plate here, who's 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch, walked, grounded right to the first baseman. O'Hearn takes it himself, 1 away. Don't be shocked that the Phillies get Verlander, the Marlins. I don't think they're going to. I don't think that, again, Michael, they're not. I just finished going on a 5-minute spew that why the Mets are not trading Verlander or why I don't think they're trading Verlander. So Cole Irvin coming in here. He's the third pitcher for the Orioles tonight. If the Yankees got to do some damage on the third pitcher here, there's a call for a ball. They can't go into hibernation with their offense. They got to continue to put some attacks, continue building fences, and continue to getting into that Baltimore Orioles bullpen. There's a strike, 1-1. And the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike outside. Because the Dodgers the Mets are better be all in on Ohtani next year. I forgot all about the Shohei Ohtani there, but rumors are saying that Adi Moreno is going to resign him, do whatever it takes, especially with this run here, Giolito and stuff. Adi Moreno wants to keep Ohtani with the Angels, and a lot of teams. One thing I got to say about at least 2-2 foul out of play. I know money talks and everything walks, but when it comes to same kind of money, when it comes to a Japanese player, they have a lot of honor. And they will honor the fact that the Angels will offer him the same money and stay with that club. I think he stays. I think Adi Moreno comes up with the big money, and I think he will stay with the Anaheim Angels, the Los Angeles Anaheim Angel of California, of the United States of America, whatever the hell they want to call themselves. But I think he stays with them. I think he stays with the Angels at the end of the day. All this hoopla, all this tongue bath that everyone's giving Ohtani, he stays right put. LeMahieu fouls it off. I know the Mets will love to get him here. The Mets will love to have him in New York, and I know I know with Cohen's money and all that, and all the marketing ability and the way he's business savvy, they could turn that investment into a profit. But it takes two to dance there. It takes two to tango, and like I said, I think the Anaheim Los Angeles Angels of California will match that contract. I think he stays. I have a good feeling he stays. If they didn't trade him and they're going to keep him, and they must already have plans ahead, because they will be foolish not to move him and lose him for nothing. LeMahieu fouls it. Yeah, why would you keep him past the trading deadline? Absolutely. See, exactly. Now you're seeing you're feeling the breadcrumbs. You're feeling the breadcrumbs. You're picking on the breadcrumbs there. Why would you hold him on past the trading deadline where everybody and their mother wants him? Everybody and their mother, besides me here, wants him on this team or on their own team. Is for and everyone's willing to give up their right testicles for him. And the pitch, this one is line, and there's a base hit for LeMahieu. It's going to go down the line. Let's see, good play there. Backhand will keep LeMahieu as a single. So a 1-out single to DJ LeMahieu. Well, do you think the Padres will resign Soto? I think that one is. I'm going to push back on that, Mike, because when all said is even, where you're a free agent, anyone could bid. It's about now. No, wait, I'm talking about free agency. If Soto gets on the free agent market, which the Padres are going to play that slippery slope. Yeah, he has a year left, and they're not going to trade him now, where they can get a king's ransom. Next trading deadline, they can't get a lot over, because a lot of teams won't give up a lot. They'll just wait for sign him in free agency. So if the Padres have another subpar season, also if you go to free agency even at the highest bidder goes out to Juan Soto. Now it's up to his preference if he wants to come back and play on the East Coast, if he wants to play in Central, he wants to play in the Central, or he just loves Southern California. If he really loves Southern California with that team, then he'll just stay and resign there. But we don't know. There haven't been any reports or anything denied or anything negative coming out on his time in San Diego. He hasn't said anything negative or anything like that. But a lot of those ball players of that land descent from the Caribbean, California is not really their cup of coffee. It's in down low. It's more for Venezuelan, Colombian, Central, South American, even Mexican American or Mexican heritage, Central American, South American heritage. California is more resembling that kind of a culture when it comes to land community. Yes, there's Caribbean folks in California on the other side. Absolutely, there's Caribbean people everywhere. But my point is, it tends to be more towards the Central, South American and Mexican community, more California than New York, Philadelphia, Miami, that's more Caribbean centric. The payoff pitch, runner goes and fouls out of play, and you feel more at home playing on this side of the United States. We never know. He might be homesick. He wants to be, maybe he can't find certain. Well, anyway, when you're a millionaire, you have a special regimen of diet. I mean, the 3-2, he walked them. So first and second with one out there after the single, Falefa gets a walk. So Yankees got first and second with one out. They got something cooking here with Harrison Bader coming up, as we're going to get a mound visit. Ohtani's going to be the big one next year, and that's it. No, I think this year's free agency is going to have a couple intriguing free agency there. I don't have the list in front of me. I know I was watching it, and I was listening to our buddies, a lot of our buddies that do a lot of the videos that they mentioned. They talk about different free agency upcoming soon, and for at the end of the year, there's going to be some interesting names out there. But here's the problem now. These days, when you get free agency, usually guys that are going to reach 30 years old. You're not going to get the young 25, 26-year-old free agency. The way baseball has structured with the arbitration and the service time, teams are being smart how to manipulate these young talented players and where they don't reach free agency until 30. And then there's a lot of teams that are not willing to give that, and a lot of players want to seek a long-term deal, 8 years plus, where a lot of teams are afraid of giving a 31 or 32-year-old an 8-year deal, taking them to their 40s. So there's a lot of back and forth and teams are getting smart. That's why you feel like there's not a lot of good free agency coming out. Also, teams are becoming wiser. They're becoming much more wiser, where they're buying out a lot of the arbitration years and giving them a long-term contract, taking away some of their arbitration years and just paying them on the books some good, allowing them to make some good money, but not the big money that's going to hurt a franchise. Here's a shot to center field going back, and right there is Cowser. He just missed that one. He gave it a ride there into straightaway center. 2 outs. Again, all you had to do is get a nice line drive, but they want to go with the launch angles. That's the philosophy there of the team. Here's Volpe, who's 0 for 2, striked out in a flyout. And the pitch. He's hitting this one in the opposite into center field. Oh, what a play there by Cowser. Leaps and makes the play. He misread that one. But the Yankees strand 2. And we go now to the bottom of the 5th, halfway through the game. Yankees up 4-2. That's a tough one there. Bader just missed that one, and Volpe put a jolt on that one. Volpe's been hitting the ball hard, but right at someone. Also, I don't believe in the scouting and relying on the farm team guys either, because they all prospect always suck. That's why they're prospects. They're projected to be their prospects. They're projections. That's why. No, again, I'm going to push back on the farm system. It's never been good. The Yankees farm system proved well. You know what's the problem is fail. You know what failed the Yankees is their major league approach. When these farm players, when these kids get elevated to the major league level, they have a good year or two, and then they just fall off the face of the earth. I'll give you. I mentioned it yesterday on the stream. First case in point, when the Yankees bought up when they sold in a year Chapman and Miller. And they brought up the resurgence of Gary Sanchez. That's a farm system player. Sanchez for the first 3 years of his major league career was the most dynamic, power hitting right-handed catcher in Major League Baseball. 2-time All-Star. Sanchez, my goodness, they were calling him the Sanchizer. Remember that, the Sanchino, the Sanchizer, all that good stuff. One of the most prolific catcher in baseball. Then they brought up 2 other young prospects in Tyler Austin as well as Aaron Judge. It's not his fault though. I'm gonna get to all that. Then the following year they bring up Greg Bird. Tyler Austin first at bat along with Judge. They both homered. The Yankees brought up their young players. When they reach the major league levels, they don't develop them in the major league level. I don't know what it is, if it's their change of approach or what, in the pressure or what it is. Injuries as well. It just didn't work out. Then you bring up a third baseman who should have won Rookie of the Year, led the league in doubles, and then Miguel Andujar gets hurt, never recuperate, lost his job to Urshela, never recuperated, never got anything going with him. He didn't develop as in the major league level, but he was great in the minor leagues. The same thing with a Clint Frazier. Frazier, one of the most quickest right-handed bats in baseball. And of course, injuries with the concussions didn't have it. The Yankees played the young players. They brought the baby bombers up. They actually won a playoff series. They were actually one game away from going to the World Series. Remember that. Remember that with Joe Girardi. They were one game away from going to the World Series. They were a little too inexperienced. There's a swing and a miss. I think that scared the living shit out of Brian Cashman not to want to bring the kids or play kids no more, because they all didn't quite pan out except for Aaron Judge. Pretty much all of them. Like you mentioned, Chance Adam. None of those folks really made any dent. Now you have Volpe and you have Peraza. They playing and everyone's high on Peraza. I'm still not high on Peraza. I think Peraza. I'm not big on Peraza, and Volpe is okay. Volpe's okay, but again, his hitting approach. I'm not a fan of the way he wants to uppercut everything. So the Yankees do play. They did play their kids. I just think the also don't forget upon that they brought up a young right-hander, dynamic right-hander who is still in the Yankees system in Luis Severino. I understand that they signed him. They needed to sign him. He was their ace. And if they signed him in a smart move, although he's been injury prone, big phenomenal injury prone. But no, forget about those Jabba and Kennedy and Hughes. Those ancient history. That's over 10 years. We're not going that deep. We're talking about the baby bombers in recent history since the Yankees decided to be Mr. Analytics and Mr. Baseball, who want to learn how to make a square wheel move a car. When they want to reinvent the wheel here. Here's the 2-2. Down low. They could never develop them. Look at Rob Refsnyder. He's still around in the major leagues. He was part of the Yankee farm system. Couldn't find a place for him. They couldn't find a place for him to play. He was IKF before Isaiah Falefa. He was the IKF. He is an IKF player. Yankees had him in their system. Didn't know where to play him. Didn't know what position to put him. He's still playing it for the Toronto Blue Jays. Last I see, the only players that they have developed that have brought from their minor league system, like you said, it was Judge and Robertson Cano, Luis Severino. Yes. Now their bullpen arms. I like the fact that they're using some of their young guys in King. Clark Schmidt is pitching well. Also, Mariachio. They're using some of their young players in their bullpen. Now, the way they're being used, that's a whole other word for us, another discussion to go back and forth. But they're there. They're young players that are part of this current 26-man rotation for the New York Yankees in 2023. They're young guys. So the fact that their farm system is not developing anyone, I got to push back on that. You're not going to hit on every minor leaguer. Even Kyle Higashioka is part of and as much as we and you dislike Kyle, he's still a Yankee prospect, a Yankee from homegrown. He's there. He's Severino pitching a AAA team. He is their prospect. He's a young player, homegrown. Sevy is homegrown. I still say Sevy is not a starter. Sevy is a closer, but he's but I still digress with that. He's still homegrown at the end of the day. The 2-1 as he swings and a miss. We have one out here, and it is Gunnar Henderson at the plate. He's 0 for 2. As I'm having the conversation here, we'll talk a little bit outside of just the balls and strikes and numbers. We'll have a conversation all over on the team, the state of the New York Yankees. There's a double. Falefa cuts it off. Rushman is going to go to third. Second and third with one out. Orioles trying to answer back here. In the 5th inning, I'm guaranteeing Boone's ass is itching with 83 pitches. Oh, you guarantee that bullpen is going. Boone is coming out to take him out here in the bottom of the 5th. But it's not the point of the numbers, Mike. It's the point that you said they don't develop any minor league players. We're giving you players that came from the minor leagues there. Regardless of horrible or not, they're on the team. They're using them. As Matt Blake is going to just have a conversation. So, okay. Here's Santander and Hamilton warming up. So this manager wants to go immediately to the bullpen here, trying to get a shitload of outs here with their bullpen. Well, they got a fully rested bullpen last night with Cole going 7 innings, and he only used 2 relievers yesterday. They just compare for you to say Volpe's and Volpe strikes out too much, but Volpe only has 374 plate appearances to be insane that he's a bust. And the same thing I can't say about Oswaldo Peraza. I don't think he's a major leaguer, but I have to give him a chance. I gotta let Oswaldo play to find out if he really is, someone who could change my narrative there. The same way you're not high on Volpe, I'm not too high on Peraza, but I got to give them a chance. No, Volpe's going to get one more year, Mike. One more year at shortstop. If he's an automatic out, if he's a Ray Ordonez type, maybe the Yankees will look to improve because they still got shortstop prospects in the team. They still got minor league prospects at short. Here's the 0-1. Up high, 1-1 to Santander. First and second with one out. The tying run is at second. A single could tie this game up with the dangerous Anthony Santander, who's 0 for 2. The 1-1. And this one's popped up. But what made people say that Volpe was better than Jeter? Because analytics, don't go by the analytic numbers, because you could see it also depends on what you do on the field. What are the intangibles that you're going to bring? Numbers could say everything, could say all different things, but what you actually do, that's why they say actions speak louder than words. And I think actions speak louder than numbers when it comes to baseball. Up high, 2-2. If you didn't watch Jeter's career night in, night out, and you look at Jeter's numbers, you're not going to respect or appreciate what Jeter meant and did for the club. This one's grounded. Hard, and Rizzo will field it. He will allow to score around score. Yankees now up 4-3. RBI for Santander. And they cash in there with a runner in scoring position with an out. So Orioles cutting it they're cutting a little at a time there. That's good. That's what makes a good baseball club. They're trailing by 2. They have a chance to get an RBI. They ground out. They get the run, and they'll keep it moving. The Cardinals have not decided to trade Nolan Arenado. Ball 1-0. I told you about the Cardinals. They're a team that they're willing to, they're sneaky quiet. They have a good They have a good minor league system. They always could improve. They always know how to scout well. That's foul. Just missed a double on her. So they could retool fast when it comes to the Cardinals. I wonder if they'll trade Jordan Hicks. I wonder if that's a move. That's a name that's been out there, Hicks. But why would you get rid of pitching and Jordan Montgomery's another name that was linked to the Texas Rangers out of people, and also the Houston Astros. Again, I was mentioning yesterday, boy, would that be something the Astros get Montgomery's out there pitching and on a walk year. He's pitching a closeout game for the Astros in the postseason. Meanwhile, Harrison Bader is out there with a hamstring or hurt. Boy, I said this guy here will blow a gasket if that were to happen. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Well, Castillo wanted Volpe. For the Twins wanted Volpe. Yankees said no. And the 3-1. Yeah, it's a strike. 3-2. So he's a strike away, Schmidt, to getting out of the inning. And that's why I think the Yankees went with Volpe at shortstop, because of that move of not getting a Luis Castillo because of him. And if how are you going to justify to the Yankee fans not having Volpe come up and play shortstop this season when you could add Luis Castillo and a 1-2 punch of Castillo with Cole going into that postseason last year? Meanwhile, the Frankie Montas trade that he was injured doesn't look good, and you trade a Montgomery for an injured short center fielder. That's why Volpe, I think that's what led to the decision of Volpe playing shortstop from the very beginning, because of the backlash repercussion. Oh, just think of that. Just think of the Yankees where they would have been if that would have, if they would have not started Volpe. All the moves happened, and Volpe still would have been in the minor leagues, and you would have went an IKF at short. I think the fan base would have been really irate. Hi, Gideon. So we have a 3-2 pitch here. This is a big 3-2 pitch. Tying run is at third with 2 outs as we conversate here back and forth from the trade and players and front office and the team up and down the state of emergency on the team. We have a 3-2 pitch. And the Yankees think they're a single A, double A prospect. No, they're not going to do that. You don't bring up, you're not going to call a single A or double A prospect, Mike, because they're not part of the 40-man roster. See, this is why a lot of folks got to stop listening to the copy and paste videos of other folks, because you have to explain, folks, if you're going to do copy and paste videos, please explain to your fans or the people that are listening to you, at least give us some little bit of education there. When you bring a guy like a Austin Wells, Dominguez, as Schmidt gets out of trouble, strikes him out, they're not part of the 40-man rotation. And in order for that, you got to put them on the 40-man rotation. You have to designate for the assignment another player. You're going to lose a player in order to bring a player like that on your roster, then to be brought up onto the 26-man roster. There's a lot of different moving parts. It's not like, I'm going to bring Joe Blow to go play and you're in. There's a lot of moving parts with organization that does that. As much as I'm calling for Jason Dominguez, he's not on the 40-man roster. They can't bring Jason Dominguez up tomorrow, even if they wanted to, because he's not part of their 40-man roster. They have to put him on the 40-man roster first. In order to do that, you have to let go of somebody on your 40-man, like a McKinney, or someone else down in AAA, which they have value or they think of. That's why they let go of Willie Calhoun. They had to activate Judge, and they had to protect and make room on their 40-man roster from the injured list. Calhoun was the short man out. I'm pretty sure they have some players that they want to keep in their minor league system. Austin Wells just brought up to AAA, but he's still not on the 40-man roster. That's why you please tell when you make the videos, because you do a lot of them over and over and over, educate the player, educate the people listening, or educate yourselves. You don't rely on prospects and go out and buy a championship. I'm going to push back on that, Mike. You got to use your prospect. Look at the Atlanta Braves. Yes, they Acuna, Raleigh. They've used a lot of their prospects. Name me a team. The World Series Braves did not buy their World Series. I haven't seen a team win. The Astros developed the Astros lost a couple. They went 100. They lost 100 games 2 years in a row, if I'm not mistaken. They got good draft picks. They drafted well. They bought good players, and then they keep adding. No, we're good. We're good done now. Here's Higgy. Higgy fouls it off. 1-1. Cole and the Astros. Cole, he wasn't even bought. That was a trade, Mike. You don't remember they traded him from the Pirates into the Astros? That was a trade. They used some of their minor league pitchers. They didn't buy it. They make trades. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute, folks. The 2-1 pitch. That's why I dislike the ticker. It spoils a little bit. Higgy laces one, and this one is high. It is far. It is gone. So Higashioka hits one, a solo shot, and the Yankees get a 2-run lead on Higashioka's solo shot. Is 6th of the year. Wow. El reloj roto hits a home run. The broken clock is right twice a day in Higashioka. Homers away. 5-3 Yankees. Here's Torres. Takes the call strike. Good job on Higashioka. Maria's liking that. There we go. And Torres misses that one foul. The Astros didn't buy their World Series, Mike. The Nationals, I don't think the Nationals bought. Did the Nationals think? You think the Nationals bought their World Series? They had Juan Soto. Here's the 0-2. Misses 1-2. They traded for Scherzer. No, did they trade for Scherzer? They signed Scherzer to a deal. That was such a while back. I don't recall. They did sign Corbin Burns. I'm not Burns. What's that guy's name? The lefty that wanted to play for the Yankees and didn't play. His family wanted him to play for the Yankees, but he ended up taking the money from the Nationals, and he wasn't so good. The left-hander that was in Arizona, I forget his name. We got a 2-2 pitch. Yeah, that's right, Heel. And that's there you go, Patrick Corbin. There you go. Thank you, Heel. I know it was Patrick's son. It was Corbin. It was Corbin's son. It was calling Corbin Burns, but it was Corbin. It's Patrick Corbin. The 3-2. I knew I had Corbin right, but the wrong time as Torres goes down on strike. I know that. I know he's horrible, but he was. Remember, the Yankees were close to sign. They wanted him. They wanted that left-hander. He was at that wedding and he wore that Yankee cap. The family wanted him, got him a Yankee cap to sign for the Yankees. He took the money with the Nationals. He did win a World Series. But now he's not. He's not a good pitcher right now. Yeah, and back to you there. You guys develop and continue to scout good players that came and panned out, that played well and panned out for Houston. The 1-0 outside, 2-0. And the 2-0 outside. No, we call the outside corner 2-1. Give him a gift of a strike there. Judge homered in the game here to the delight of Aiden, who waited all day yesterday, 2 more hours, and to see Judge and the pitch. Judge hits this one to center field, and that's going to dunk in for a base hit. To a multi-hit game for Aaron Judge. They just don't spend the money recklessly no more. We've been telling you that for 2 years now. Yankees don't spend the money recklessly like they used to before. The biggest signing is going to be Cole, and Cole was worth it. That's it. Cole with the big contract. I know Yankee fans the first year, of course, they remember that. He did have a bad hamstring against the Red Sox in that wild card game. But other than that, they spend the money, and they also just spend the money to Aaron Judge. They just signed Aaron Judge to a 10-year deal here in the offseason. On this one, it's popped up. Stanton will to go out of play, and it will. And Judge is a lot. Judge didn't cost. Wasn't no food stamps either. Judge was a pretty penny. Judge was an expensive contract for the Yankees. Sometimes you got to take care of your own too. You just can't always go for the shining toy that's out there as well. You have one that's working for yourself too. You need to take care of it. So Stanton now, runner at first. This one is chopped up the middle, and that's off the glove, and that's going to be a base hit. So Yankees putting back-to-back hits here. First and second with one out. Yeah, I understand players from other teams, but you still have to take care of Judge. What's the point of signing everyone else, and when it comes up to your own, you don't re-sign them, who's really good? Judge was – now, do you agree that Judge was the MVP last year? Yeah, of course he was. Best player in baseball last year? Absolutely. So you have to sign your best player in baseball, your own player. That's still considered to be a big signing, a big free agent. Here's Rizzo. And Judge himself was on his way to San Francisco. He was going to San Francisco. It wasn't for Steinbrenner calling and agreeing to bring back Rizzo and whatever other stuff they had that conversation there. Judge wouldn't be a Yankee. He would have saw him in the beginning of the year with the Giants, and we wouldn't. That's it. Inside for a ball, 2-0. Oh, please. You never want to stand here. I bet if I would have known you when the Yankees got the reigning MVP of the National League, who put on a show with Judge at the Home Run Derby that year, who has played the outfield, who had all those home runs, get out of here. No, tell me. I don't think no Yankee fan will be upset when they traded him for. Only thing they traded for was for Miguel Castro. Not Miguel Castro. Sterling Castro. There you go. They traded him from Sterling Castro. They got the reigning MVP of the National League with almost 40+ home runs, with an arm that Stanton has. You kidding me? You just have that's buyer's remorse. That's because you saw history ahead of time. But going into that was a phenomenal move by Brian Cashman. I'm sorry. I understand it hampers the organization of not getting Harper, Machado, you name it. But at that time, when he was offered to the Yankees, that was a phenomenal move for the Yankees. After just being 1 out away from this one goes the opposite way. There's a base hit from Rizzo. The whole Judge there. Bases loaded now with 1 out. He had one bad year when he got hit in the face, Rizzo. Stanton. I'm sorry. I that year when they traded for him, I know I got Stanton jersey. I'm the first one to say it. You know what was the mistake for the New York Yankees there? They never let Joe Girardi manage Stanton in New York. So the bases loaded with 1 out. Well, now, no. now seeing it now, the way it played out, it might not have been a good move for the Yankees. But when that trade went down, and that happened, that was a good trade for the New York Yankees. For what they gave up and what they needed against the Astros in 2017, that was a good move for the New York Yankees. Now, did it work out? No, not quite. But Stanton has been their best postseason hitter. In the last few postseasons for the New York Yankees, Stanton has been their best postseason hitter. It's the problem with Giancarlo Stanton is the soft tissues injuries. If he wouldn't have been so prone of getting injured, and when he does get injured, he just takes a long time to get back healthy and start hitting the way Stanton could. That's all. That's the only issue with Giancarlo Stanton. Yeah, you might regret it, but back then it was a block. Yeah, that was a blockbuster move. That was a move that you had to be made. When they're offering you that player that magnitude for a trade for Sterling Castro, you of course you jump on it. Of course, Sterling Castro, of course you jump on it. You jump on it. That was because hindsight is, they could have got Machado, they could have got Stanton. How do we know? How do we know where they're going to take the money with the Yankees? You had Stanton. Once you make the deal, Stanton's on your team. You had that. You had it there. But when you have players like Machado and Harper, you didn't know if they were going to come to New York. You don't know they were going to come to New York. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still saying Stanton at that time, at that moment when it was a good move for the New York Yankees. Right now, he's not working out right now. I'm sorry. He's not working out. At least in 2023 for the New York Yankees he has not had a good season for the Yankees. But 2023, he has not had a good season. He hampers the Yankees from making other moves. The designated hitter, he can't play the outfield. If he does, they put a lot of kid gloves on him. Worrying about a soft tissue, a leg pull, pulling some kind of muscle. But other than that, when he goes, he gets to go. The Yankees are hoping that in these final push here of the 55 plus games that's left in the season, Stanton could get on fire because he could actually help carry a team and extend the lineup. I mean, but do we have confidence that's going to happen? There's a lot of Yankee fans that say no. But boy, it'll be difficult. It'll be difficult to negate what a Giancarlo Stanton could do once he's on fire. Again, how do we know Machado and Harper were going to come onto this team? We don't know. We're going for the probability of we don't know. We don't know. Here's LeMahieu with one out. LeMahieu takes a call strike. Yankees could still manufacture a run and make it a 3-run game with the benefit of the out. Two of the worst things that can happen to the Yankees here: a ground ball double play or a strikeout. They have to. A fly ball will get a run in. This one is foul out of play. 0-2. Machado currently right now is a better player, yes, than Giancarlo Stanton. But at that moment there, Stanton was an National League MVP being offered to you. The 0-2 up high. Wow. Astros all over the Rays, 11-0. That's what you call a country butt whipping. It's one more MVP that you have. And the 1-2. Foul. To be considered the best player in all of Major League Baseball, Caputo. Come on, man. You sound ridiculous saying that. That doesn't mean nothing. No, it's not picking on Stanton, Maria. The whole team is not hitting. You're correct. It's not, but I'm actually defending Stanton move here. The 1-2, 2-2. When he plays, he's dynamic. Donaldson won MVP doesn't mean he's good too. He did win MVP, and he is on a decline. The same way right now, we could say Stanton might be on a decline as well. The 2-2. And the worst thing that can happen, LeMahieu strikes out. One of the worst things here. Yankees now, again, one of their bugaboo is that damn strikeout whenever there's runners in scoring position, then less than 1 out. The only difference between Stanton and Donaldson, Stanton was traded the following year. He just won an MVP. Donaldson was a few years removed from his MVP award. You don't lose. You don't from the day and night. You don't lose it. You don't fall off a cliff day and night like Stanton. When you make a move like that, you know you're getting an MVP player. So you're telling me next year? You're telling me next year, if Shohei Ohtani doesn't win the MVP, he wins the MVP this year, all likely he's going to win the MVP this year. You telling me next year he might be crap? I mean, come on. That's what you're telling me. If they offer you Ohtani after winning the MVP, you take him or Stanton or Judge. Judge won the MVP last year. You're telling me the Giants, everybody and their mother wanted Judge off an MVP. You're telling me he was going to be not good at all? Come on. The 1-2. This one is foul. The 1-2. This one is popped up. You got a foul ball. Ain't nobody reporting nothing. Mike, calm down. We're all having a civil conversation here. How do you expect them not to have anything to push back, Mike? You're not the only one that can push back. Maria don't like no one talking about Stanton, rightfully so. He was making a point. Come on, relax. Have a spirit of the debate with everyone. Don't have to just run around and take a report and this and this and that. Come on, Mike. You're better than that. Let's go. This was foul. Actually, no. It's been a long time. No one mentions you were gone from the channel with no mentions, no smoke signals, and no one really mentioned until you got back. To be honest with you. Ouch. And 2-2 now. We got a 2 balls and 2 strike count here. As Heel in the chat enjoying 11-0 win victory here right now for Houston. Down low. The count runs full. Nowhere to put them. Bases are loaded now. 3-2. Boy, I would love the Yankees to get a run here by hook or crook on a via walk. Doesn't have that happen in a while. But here's the one thing. The runners will be going. The merry-go-round will start. Anything in the gap could probably clear the bases. A double will probably clear the bases here for IKF. Let's see if he could come up with a huge two-run hit here. 2-out hit. The pitch. This one is lined down the left field wall, all the way to the wall. Here gets everyone on the horse. Let's go, galloping. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, and the 3rd run scores. And the Yankees open it up 8-3. Everyone on their high horse. Yeah, let's go. As the Yankees gallop around. A humongous 2-out double for IKF. Boy, it has been months. I mean, months the Yankees come up with a big 2-out hit. Here's Bader. Bader fouls it off. 0-1. So the Yankees break open here with 8 runs. It's been a long time. And there is a check swing, 1-1. The Rays scored 2 runs. Look at that. 2. So they trailed by 9. San Francisco has a 2-0 lead and against the Boston Red Sox. That's a game we're keeping an eye on there. Oh, Nationals all over the Mets 7-1. Ugh. And a pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2 on Harrison Bader. Swing and a miss. Bader goes down. But the Yankees blow this game open on a big 2-out double for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa as they clear the bases and they extend their lead now 8-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're going to have Mountcastle, Frazier, and Austin Hayes. This is where the New York Yankee bullpen has to go out there and make it work. You know, you're the number 1 bullpen now. Have this 5-run lead stand out. Toronto's already won. They've won 6-1 earlier today. And it looks like Tampa's taking it on the chin. They're trailed by 9, 11-2. Here, Baltimore, we're beating up on Baltimore 8-3. So the Yankees could gain that game they lost yesterday in standings back if everything falls and breaks the way we want to. So tonight we might gain a ground. We might get a little separation on Anaheim, who was sniffing on the Yankees' tail a little bit there. We're going to gain a gain of the Orioles, that game that we lost yesterday, and possibly a gain on the Red Sox if San Francisco could hold on to that 2-0 lead. So it might be a phenomenal game that we might be climbing at least a game and possibly try to take the series tomorrow night, Sunday Night Baseball. Unfortunately, I will not be doing that game, folks. I will be on the NXT and on the NXT watch along, doing on the wrestling. Ian Hamilton will come in and replace Clark Schmidt. So Schmidt goes 5 innings for the New York Yankees. 3 runs here for Schmidt. He finished off pretty strong, struck out his last opponent. So Orioles with 3 runs on 5 hits. And, of course, Yankees with 8 runs on 12 hits. Orioles have committed an error. So here's Hamilton. This is going to be his 26th game. Actually, 27th appearance. This is 26 out of the bullpen. And the pitch. There's a strike to Mountcastle. 0-1. As Maria is trying to enjoy herself there. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Grounded. Field throws in time. 1 out. Here's Frazier. Frazier's 1 for 2. And there's a call outside. 1-2. There's a strike. 1-1. And the 1-1. Grounded. Backhanded foul. Oh, there we go. We got a worldwide salute. He's telling us Caputo got banned from another worldwide show. Got banned from another chat. Really? Oh, well. He hasn't been on for months, he said. Worldwide. He has not been on months. The 2-2. Not what a little birdie told me. There you go. Here's his response. Care to respond to that? Name a channel. Oh my God. Oh, NY News TV. There you go. Pete, you got some Semolina poison. Pete pulled you out of there. See, you can't. Oh no. Let's be nice with him. Let's be nice. Although, doesn't show love this way, but still be nice. And he's not here to defend himself. So no, be nice. Be nice. Mike, be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Oh, you nut jobs. So the Mets are getting Ronald Acuna Jr.'s brother. So, okay. Oh, and 2. I haven't really tuned in because whenever we're always doing the same thing on the opposite. I'm not saying it's competition, but whenever he does a watch along, I'm not doing a watch along, vice versa. 1-2. So we never get to. I can never get to see or hear or interact because we do the same type of show on different, almost the same time. So 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2, and he strikes him out, so he gets out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure passionate. Of course, if you're a Yankee fan, you gotta love the team. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Again, the person's not here, so let's have the respect of not bashing the person, please. Let's have that respect as well. Hopefully, I hope I get the same respect elsewhere too. So. Now, I did get on John Boy for a little bit because he does get the privilege to interview Boone, and he doesn't ask him the questions that the fans want to ask him. And I understand you got to be respect, and you can still ask the question without being disrespectful. There's always plenty of ways of asking the question without being disrespectful and asking him, putting the heat on the fire, and John Boy doesn't. They go out there and they're yucking it up. And I understand why, because they're trying to move their brand and stay on the Yes Network. If they go out there attacking the Yankee manager or asking what the fans really want to tell him, they're going to get pulled out of the Yes Network. So hopefully it happens. It happens when you want to take your show to a different level. You gotta be careful. You know what? Everyone takes a little bit of everything. You know how many of my video descriptions are ripped off and some of our takes are ripped off from this program. We might not be the greatest to articulate it or say it in cute little words, or might not have the radio voice or whatever the case is. But there's so many takes and so many things that gets taken, and it's taken from everyone. This is YouTube. Everyone takes a little bit of everything and add their own flavor to it. That's what it's about. No one is copyrighted. Everyone takes a little bit of everything, and that's it. I get you, but you know what? That's his program. You got to respect his. Then don't. You got two issues. You either watch his program and support it, or if it's not for you, you pass the cup of coffee to someone else who will enjoy the real talk, the way he calls. And if it's not your cup of coffee, you pass it. You pass on it. There's a lot of other content creators. Not my cup of coffee. I'll pass on it. No, it's not. That's not right to call him that. Don't call him that. That's his take. That's the way he wants to cover the New York Yankees. Let's respect that. Again, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to support it. Just don't. That's it. If the same here. If I'm not your cup of coffee either, don't have to support the Jedi Network. You could pass it on. And there's plenty that have come and gone that will support and not support. And listen, a lot of people. I'm not in everyone's cup of coffee. I know it. You could see that everyone else collaborates with each other. They know this person here never gets invited to collaborate with anyone. No one says, hey, no one. They have made featured videos with folks that only have 300 subscribers to come on and feature them as their interviewer. Meanwhile, I built this empire with the Chef Dan in Austin, where we have over 10,000 subscribers. No one has ever invited me as a special guest to come on and talk. And that's all across the board. And hey, I'm not everyone's cup of coffee, Mike. Doesn't make them a hypocrite. I'm not their cup of coffee, and that's okay. Because you know what, the people who I am their cup of coffee to, I'm going to give them 100,000. I'm going to give them 1,000% best, and keep to entertain them. And if I'm not, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with again. More coffee for the ones that enjoy listening to Sports Jedi Network. And more people that want to hear the NY news. Fine. Nothing wrong with that. Or any other the content creators. But don't come out and attack them when they're not here. Or especially when they're, like Heel said, when they're not there to defend themselves. That's not cool. That's not cool there. You may feel the way you may feel about, but That's low. That's not. Yeah, exactly. We want to be a family, a network of family. We want to network with everyone. I want to be able to interact with all the different Yankee content. At the end of the day, we're all fans that want to see one thing. We want to see the Yankees win the World Series. We want to see the Knicks win the NBA title. We want to see the Giants and Jets either or win the Super Bowl. We want to see in fact, at the end of the day, no matter who you are or what team, what watch alongs we do, we want to see our respected teams hoist their trophies in their respected sport. And it doesn't matter if we're covering the team differently. At the end of the day, we're all going to celebrate and enjoy. I'm not going to get mad because they won we won a World Series, but this guy covered it. At the end of the day, who gives a crap? We want to win. We want to. Yeah, I guarantee if we all were to go to the parade, if we were all get invited to all the content creators, we all will probably hug it out and celebrate and get drunk together out there on the parade route. No one's going to worry about, well, I got this and this and that. Runner goes, Volpe steals, and he stole this base there. Good job there. But here's the thing with the Yankees that kills me. You're up by 5, and now you want to run, you want to steal. Sometimes you got to do this when you're down by 1 run, you're tied. Well, but still, at the end of the day, I love the fact that he's aggressive there. 19 stolen base for Anthony Volpe. Yes, freedom of speech, but doesn't give you the freedom to tear down and criticize behind back, though. See, there's a fine line with that, though. It's a free. So here's the pitch here to Higgy, takes the ball outside, 2-2. Again, just don't listen to them. That's it. If you're not a fan of it, don't listen. No, it shouldn't offend anyone to say anything bad about the Yankees, but when you come in with that vibe where they have a feel-good vibe and the fan and the people that are in the chat together that are happy, they don't want to hear that type of point of view at that moment about the Yankees. That's why you come off a little bit rigid. When you come off a little bit rigid or distasteful to certain people, they want to see the good thing about the Yankees now. And one thing, and of course, today I started off hot. I was so pissed off with the New York Yankees. I was from the very first pitch. I was so animated and so ranting with the New York Yankees. I was so heated. I was fed up with with the same nonsense, the minutia of nonsense I've been seeing with 2023 season. And look, they scored 8 runs tonight. That doesn't mean that my rant. Am I going to come out all the time ranting and being up? It gets tiring. People want to come in and listen to a good time on the Yankee game. They want to escape. They want to watch along with something, with other Yankee fans, something positive. They want to hear something positive. And and not everything is rainbows and unicorns, my friend. It's not always, well, the Yankees are so good. You know what? He popped up and he did such a nice job popping up. Nobody, it also gets a little, I get you that. Sometimes a little steam is okay, but when you're constantly always with negativity from everything, it gets a little bit off-putting and it gets a little bit heavy. The atmosphere, even though we're in the World Wide Web and the internet, it gets heavy. It gets heavy. It gets a little, Oh, he's going to go to third, a short way to get Volpe. Another bad base running move by the New York Yankees. Volpe's got to know the ball in front of him, you can't take off to third. And I know that and so that good positive of stealing second base just went down the river. You just flushed it down the toilet, a ball hit in front of you. And good job by Gunnar Henderson going for Volpe at third. No, it's not. It's again, you're misconstruing because you're choosing to bring that point out as an argument. The point is that's fine to be negative and upset. Let it have ammunition. But the first sign of issue, you're running right into the negative. You become the kid that cries wolf too much because you're too Hold on, let it breathe a little bit. Now, if it continues like right now, it would have sound so stupid if I would have went on a rant again with Volpe getting caught out at third on that bad play. I already ranted. I already got negative. I cursed. I don't curse. I cursed in the first inning. Maybe and Steve left probably. Steve probably left. He doesn't like that language. And because they just got me to the point there. But right now, what's the point of me going mad at Volpe that was just a bad, and I know I just said it. You know what? That was a bad baseball move by Volpe getting caught out at third. It negated him stealing bases. See the difference? Instead of and there's a difference there. Ooh, that was a strike. That was a bad one there. 3-2. Let's see what they'll throw Judge here with a 3 balls and 2 strike count. Runner will be going. Check swing. Did he go? They said he offered at it, and he strikes out. So the inning comes to conclusion. 7th inning stretch with the Yankees up. They had a good promising look there. Volpe stealing that base there, but then a bad base running move there by Volpe getting caught out at third. So we get a 7th inning stretch with the Yankees up by 5. So Yankees need 9 outs. Michael, if you ask 90% of this chat, they're gonna tell you. I guarantee 90% of the chat says that yes, that's how you sound. But you may think that, but when 90% of the chat, not just in this channel, and NY News too, think that you're that, I hate to say it, you're not looking in a mirror and accepting the fact, the reality. Everyone seems to think that though. No, but the thing is, it hasn't had 100 years. Now, I hope no one goes there thinking that we're ragging, because we're not. Not that I don't care, because they don't support the channel here anyway. But we're not ragging on NYU. So just to keep that on video clear, even though you don't support here, you don't show no likes, you don't show anything, don't love this way, vice versa, we're not ragging on that channel. That's just make sure we get that clear right now. That's not our style. Ray scored 3 runs, 16-3. Yeah, they're gonna agree with you for the first 30 seconds and all this and that. And what you're saying makes sense, but when you do bring up something negative about the Yankees, but then you bring everything, it's like, okay, we got you. We got you. We can't do anything about it, friend. Well, let's try something. I don't know. It's gonna be a point that we're gonna do a nice little dozy-do back and forth circle, and I kind of want to do a square right now, or a straight line. I don't want to do a circle right now. Big fight tonight, and great job for boxing promoting it, because supposedly I consider myself being a boxing connoisseur, and I didn't even know until this afternoon, really, that we had Crawford taking on Spence. I had no idea, I had no clue that those two were fighting, and I love supposedly boxing. I grew up on the fights, and boxing does such a great job in promoting the fights. My goodness, I had no idea. I had no idea that they were fighting tonight. Really, I'm like, really, and that's a watch along type. That's a That's what you call a super fight. That should have been a watch along. Had zero clue about it. Zero clue about it until I started looking through it and scroll. I'm like, they're fighting? Errol Spence and Crawford? Unfortunately. Maria wants to let's go Yankees. I agree with you, Maria. Let's go Yankees. I think we'll all be happy if they win a World Series, but it looks like it's not going to happen this year. I hate to burst your bubble. I know it might not happen this year. There's a good chance it might not happen, but it doesn't mean we're going to abandon and just say this team. We're not going to abandon it. As IKF is in the outfield, ground ball, foul. Allen is in. Judge is out. Allen is in. Yankees up by 5. They got to play a little more Greg Allen. I kind of want to see Greg Allen get an opportunity here to try to stick. Is he a game changer? Not really. The fans are divided because certain fans want to do it a certain way. Certain fans want to do it a different way. At the end of the day, they all want to get to the same result, win. Yo, too, swing and a miss struck him out. So he gets the strikeout here to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Third consecutive strikeout for Colton Cowser. As I actually stopped scoring the game about 4 innings ago. I usually like to score it. I usually concentrated on calling more the game, but tonight was more like a freestyle conversation back and forth. Yes, Yankees do need more love. They need more love. Back to the game. They need more love. There's a strike call to Uranus. Uranus is 1 for 2 this evening. And this one grounded. And Hamilton doing a good job here, coming in relief here. Although the margin for error is really great now with 5 runs, so just throw strikes, trust your defense. Don't get behind in the count. So let's see. And think about it. Orioles offensively haven't been world beaters. Here's a ground ball. Backhanded on LeMahieu. Fields throws across. 2 quick outs now. Yesterday, they get that 1 run on that home run for Santander in the 9th inning. Only had 4 hits until that home run. They were 5-5 in the last 10 games coming into tonight's game against Yankees. Yankees missed the opportunity to pounce and take advantage of Garrett Cole. And Yankees are going to kick themselves if they don't win or they miss the postseason by 1 game. They're going to remember that game in Baltimore, 1-0. There's going to be plenty of games they're going to remember. They had a chance to get a win and climb up. There's a strike. You can't squander those opportunities here when you had that game on Friday night. How different would it have been right now, up 8-3 after winning last night's game, where you wrap up tonight and you're thinking about a 3-game sweep. And just like that, you would have been 5 games. You would have been 6 games out in the postseason of the American League East, and instead of where you are now. Just think of the turn of events on 1 game, a difference of last night. So that's why you can't panic too greatly. You could get upset the way I got upset, and you could get upset. There's nothing wrong with getting upset, but you also could, see where. Yeah, you could be upset, but damn, what if? Antonio, what's going on, Antonio? Could imagine Soto and Judge. Those 2 guys will carry the team. Not only that, Antonio, other players, other hitters get to see better pitches. Especially, if let's say Soto doesn't go for anybody on the major league club right now. No one gets moved from the major league team. So think of the better pitches that Stanton's going to see. LeMahieu, Torres. They're going to see better pitches in the result of a Soto and Judge in that lineup. Just think about that. If there was social media back then in the 90s, Michael, half of the team would have been gone. Torrey would have been fired. George would have reacted herky jerky, and my goodness, the Yankees would never been a dynasty. They would have never been a dynasty. The fan bases like yourself, fans like yourself, and me don't like Aaron Boone. Just think about how people, and it was FAN, and this will check swing. Higashioka Fields gets it, and the inning comes to conclusion. So good job by Ian Hamilton, who comes in and gets the job done here. 2 innings, good pitching there from him in the bullpen. My God, we would have made George overreact to getting rid of and firing Torrey and moving guys around and trade this guy, trade that guy. Just imagine. Scott Brosius is terrible. We need at the trading deadline, and maybe in '98 he doesn't become the MVP of the '98 World Series if we had social media at that time. So no, thank God, things happen for a reason. But what he means about carrying a team is what I just mentioned about better pitches. You're telling me that the Astro hitters are not gonna see better pitches with Alvarez and Altuve in that lineup here. Just think about that. Altuve and Jordan Alvarez, other folks, Tucker's gonna see better pitches. Other players are gonna see better, and they're gonna see more fastball counts. So that's what he means by them wrecking and carrying a team. Those are the intangibles. That should have done that with Rizzo and Stanton while Judge was out, and that didn't happen. That's what he means by that. That's what I think. Antonio, if I'm miscorrected or I'm speaking out of turn, please correct me though. But I think that's what you mean. All in all, when you see better pitches there. As we get ready for the 8th inning, we're waiting for the change. Cano Perez will come in. Perez will take on Stanton. If I'm the you know what? Hey, it's been a long time. I know we're only up by 5. I wouldn't mind the Yankees putting another 3 to 4 runs, blow this game super open where they got to use another bullpen arm. And again, I want to see the Orioles. I know there's only 2 more innings left here, but just wreck it where they have to bring in arms after arms. The more arms brought up, the better it is for the Yankees, especially tomorrow evening. You want to see the Yankees tomorrow evening try to win this series. They're 6 outs away from taking this and even the series at 1 apiece, and tomorrow have an opportunity to win the series on Sunday Night Baseball. So we're about to start the 8th inning. It'll be almost 10. It's almost 10 p.m. Do you know what you're choking on? So CNL Perez will come in. Perez, the lefty, to Stanton. Interesting, they bought a lefty to go up against Stanton now, and he throws a strike. Stanton, who devours left-handed pitching. Down low, 1-1. So I like the matchup. This is someone who Stanton could do damage out, but the ticker kind of ruined it a little bit there. Let's take a look at there. The 1-1. He hits this one pretty good, but right to the second baseman. Frazier Fields fires in time. Stanton is retired. But you know what? Encouraging. He didn't strike out. He got good piece of baseball on it. Tried to go the other way. 1 out. There's a strike to Rizzo. There you go, Maria. I think the team is terrible, but that's the management's fault. And the pitching coach, Hal Steinbrenner, Cashman, they don't care about winning like George did. It's a shame. Yeah, there you go, Maria. Well said. Well said. So here's LeMahieu. Maria, beautiful, beautiful, well said. Beautiful, my friend. 2-0. You know what, Bill? I thought about that. Good. I'm glad you mentioned there. I was thinking about that. Bruce Bochy with Scherzer. He's gonna keep it simple with him. Outside, 2-1. He's gonna keep it simple. Get back there, and go there. I can't. I have to send the links out early when I do. This is Melon. This is Streamlabs. This is not StreamYard. I still have StreamYard, but I don't stream much there live anymore. I'm here on Melon, and you have to do it early, and I have to do it before, because if I open up any other windows, I can't. My computer is not. So as you see, you don't see Heal, you don't see Maria, because I send these streams out early, and then that's it. I have to know ahead of time your availability. So once the stream starts, I can't. I know I sent Maria linked earlier. I send Heal. I always send Heal, Chris, the Flash, as well. But I have to do it before. As soon as I make the stream, they give me the link, I copy, and I release it, and I pass it along. Yeah, no problem there. No, next stream, Yankee stream, definitely I'll send you the link there if you're available. You're there, because I was sending it before, and it was going to deaf ears. So that's why I stopped. Yeah, definitely. No, I have no problem. I know Lamario asked to come on earlier, and I couldn't. Once the stream starts, it's difficult for me to send the link out. It crashes the internet browser and all that good stuff. That's why it's tough. As much as sometimes it's good to have a regular conversation, especially in a little bit of a lopsided game, to just be alone, talk. So it's good to have someone on, but once the stream starts, it's difficult to add someone on. That's why it is. That's why it's hard. That's what she said. Oh. All right. So we'll wait here. Bottom of the 8th inning. All right, so okay, let me see what it says here. Aaron Boone says that Brian Cashman gave me a little overview of what is going on in the Yankee trade deadline war room. They're kindly and fielding all these calls. Things building, things are going away. Boone isn't there, nothing imminent. So nothing is being. I don't think the Yankees are gonna. It seems like the Yankees are gonna do nothing. Here's Nick Ramirez, third pitcher for the Yankees, but Hamilton had a hell of a job there. If you're Nick Ramirez, don't continue the good trend. Continue to throw strikes, get ahead of the count, not fall behind. The pitch, there's a strike. It evens the count 1-1. And the pitch, this curveball, foul, 1-2. So we got a 1-2 count to Gunnar Henderson here. You know what? Sometimes you might be right. This is where I'm going to give you a pat on the back when it comes to about him not doing nothing. He's been around for so long in the major leagues. I think when Brian Cashman calls certain clubs, they don't want to deal with him. Maybe they're to the point. That's why sometimes you need a new general manager, a new voice, a new person to talk to. Some teams think they could try to fleece a new general manager or or Brian Cashman. Brian Cashman, if he's calling me to offer me certain XY players, that means that they're not really that good. So there might be a stigma or a stereotype when it comes to Cashman dealing at the trading deadline, and after 20 plus years, he might be too long on the job, and teams don't want to deal with it because of reputation and XYZ. So maybe there is a point to what you say about Cashman overstaying his welcome for too long. I'm giving you a point there. I'm giving you a caveat. As this one is foul, 0-1. So the Giants are only 2.5 games out of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And Arizona Diamondbacks, who were leading that division, they're 4 games out. At this point, if you're the Yankees, who do you go after? Like he said, trade chips and drops like flies. Teams are desperate for prospects. And here's a 2-1. This one's foul out of play. Oh, the Corey Lido trade with Mad Dog. I remember that. The 2-2 outside, 3-2. With Santander. We're in the 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th inning, 8-3 Yankees. Maria's a little upset, yeah. Absolutely, Darnell. Absolutely. Maria's a little tired, wants something different. Things gonna be different, but not getting the results we need. As this one's going to right field, but right there is IKF drifting and got it. IKF made it look smooth out there in right field. Nice play. 2 quick outs now. Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure he's got those Cashman. There's no reason why he has one of the most prestige job running the most prestige organization in baseball. It's because he knows what he's doing. He's a smart man. He's going to put it where if we come and bring those points, he's got those rebuttals, lock, load, and ready. He's got those Desert Eagle rebuttals easily as a swing and a miss, 1-1 to a earn. He's not gonna. You telling me he knows? He knows what's going. He's not dumb. You don't stay Yankee general manager for 20 plus years being a dum. The pitch, that's foul back, 1-2 now. I met Cashman when he did the Alex Rodriguez trade. Me and my wife. It was February 14th. It was Valentine's Day. We were in a Westchester Cheesecake Factory, and I saw him there. He was on the phone doing the Alex Rodriguez deal. That was on a Saturday afternoon. Oh, if Steinbrenner was alive, yes. Both. Boone would. I don't even think Boone would have been the manager, to be honest with you. I don't think that would have been a George Steinbrenner type of guy, Maria. I think Steinbrenner would have not. I think that would have not been his type of guy. I think Boone would have not been his manager. I think he would have brought Donnie Baseball back. I think he would have Donnie as his manager. Here's a 2-2. Grounded. Softly here. Fields throws in time. Or even Willie Randolph at that time. All right. So you think it's Cashman, the owner, then the players? I can't push too much on Steinbrenner too much. Steinbrenner does spend the money. He tells him to go get the players. It's up to Cashman not buying or buying certain players or what to offer. I think the main guy is. I think Cashman is the main issue. Cashman, my friend. Yeah, my friend, you said the other day that Matt Rallam is with the team, is the manager. It's the manager. You know I don't like the manager, Maria. You know that. You know that. But the groceries that he's bought has not been great. Also, Boone doesn't help it because Cashman is telling Boone to play a certain style, but Boone doesn't help it himself either with doing stupid moves. See, they go together. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. When it comes to Boone and Cashman, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. I think that's why when the Yankees make a move, they both got to be gone together. You can't. I don't think you can have one with the other. Because what's the point of getting rid of Aaron Boone if he's going to bring another puppet? If he brings another puppet where he's going to have his hand all up his rear and pulling the strings, we're going back to the same square circle. You know, maybe this puppet that he brings, the players can't stand and quits on him. One thing I can tell you, at least, the only caveat I give Aaron Boone, players play for him. Although this season they're not hitting for him, but teams still play for him. That's the only positive thing really that I could say about Boone for me. That they for some crazy reason they play for this man. And the man does get their back whenever the umpires are terrible. He will bark. He will get ejected. He will go after the umpires on a bad balls and strike call. That I do. He does have passion and fire on that. But the rest, when it comes to baseball decisions and strategic baseball moves, it makes you question. And I think he's horrible. I think he's terrible at his job. I never seen him do a move where he's going to actually win a game for the New York Yankees that I can remember in such a long time. Ooh, Boone did this. Gutsy call by Boone. He did this and that, and they won because of that gutsy move by Boone. Wow. He hasn't done any wow factor. Here's IKF. We're in the top of the ninth inning. All Yankees now 8-3. Cashman put the roster together, but also sometimes when you get certain types of ingredients that don't match, you can learn how to make a delicious meal if you know how to prepare it and cook it right. That means the manager, if he knows how to work the strings and know how to play to their ability, they could really make it, and the case in point, when to bunt, when to run, so it can set up your strength, which is the home run hitters. There's a lot of different things that Boone doesn't execute, doesn't take advantage either of his ball club. So it's an ongoing situation. Saga. IKF check swing. Did he go? He did not. 1 and 2. He's in charge of the roster construction, but sometimes you could play certain things. You could still be able to play what you got and play it to your strength. Don't want to. Did he go? No. 1 and 2. Like for instance, you got good pitching. If you know you got great pitching out there and you got put your best defensive foot forward. Just why don't you put your best defensive foot forward out there and play your defensive player? Here's the 2-2. Oh, misses, full count. You want to pitch, you want to put your best fielding outfielders when you have your best pitcher and so forth. You could do those minor things out there. Then something like tomorrow night, you guys are going to get frustrated. They're punting tomorrow night. They're not going to have Judge in the lineup. Here's the pitch, curveball, strike 3. So he got that curveball, froze IKF with a backwards K. And I know a lot of people are gonna bark tomorrow when that lineup comes out. No Aaron Judge, people are gonna get irate. It's all right. 1 out. Here's Bader. So no Arenado now, as I'm hearing Roosevelt talk about it. Jameer Candelario. What's the Dodgers scoop up Jameer? As Bader hits this one deep to center field, but right is there and he makes the play. Every team gets hurt. The Yankees get a lot of players hurt, though. That's the issue. They get a lot of players in all different positions. Here's Volpe. Volpe has an 0 for 3. The pitch to Volpe takes a call for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. There's a ball, 1-1. Yes, you did say that. You did say that about an hour ago. You did say that. Good job on you. You mentioned that. Just read, sometimes it's new folks in the chat or listening. There's a ball, 2-1. The 2-1. There's a strike. Final score, 17-4. Astros over the Rays. Nice. That's a good old-fashioned ass whipping. Interesting series between the Dodgers and the Reds. That's a nice one there. Ooh, what a play there by Perez. Took a hit away from Volpe. Out. The inning comes to a conclusion. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees trying to win this one and tie the series 1 apiece. As the Mets making a comeback on the Nationals, 8-4. They're down by 4. Royals have a 10-7 lead on the Twins. The Cubs with a 4-1 lead on those St. Louis Cardinals. So the Cubs staying hot. Staying hot. Of course, Athletics all over the Colorado Rockies, 10-2. All even 3-3 Seattle in Arizona against the Diamondbacks in bottom of the 7th inning. Bottom of the 6th inning in San Diego. It's the Padres 4. Texas Rangers, nothing. Rangers struggling, but Rangers feeling peacocked. They got themselves a Scherzer heading to their rotation, so they're getting more stronger with the starting pitching wise. They got Aroldis Chapman in that bullpen. So Texas Rangers pointing, they're going for it. They're going to be a player. They're going to be a major force in the postseason. Dodgers have a 2-0 lead on those Cincinnati Reds. That's in LA. That's in the top of the 5th inning. Final today, 6-1 Toronto over the Los Angeles Angels. The Tigers shut out the Marlins 5-0. And it's Pittsburgh winning and beating the Philadelphia Phillies 7-6. White Sox over the Guardians 7-2. And it's a final. San Francisco Giants beat the Boston Red Sox 3-2. So the Yankees, if they hold off, will get that game back on the Boston Red Sox, gain the game on the Tampa Bay Rays, and hippie kaye, and we Yankees are making a move here in the standing wise. And, of course, they'll have Mountcastle will be leading off for the Baltimore. It's got Mountcastle, Frazier, and Hayes. And any should reach, it'll be Cowser trying to extend the game, the final 3 outs here. David Bednar, and that's going to take a lot. And I don't think the Yankees want to trade for bullpen arm. I don't know. I will like that. Let's go. Yeah, Bellinger, we said that yesterday. He's been off the market. Especially with the Cubs winning like way they're winning. Here's the first pitch. This one is hit deep to left field. Allen goes back. Allen drifts and gets it there in the warning track. Old fences would have been a home run from Mountcastle. 1 away. Here's Westberg will be pinch hitting. Jordan Westberg will be pinch hitting for Adam Frazier. I don't know if will Josh Hader get traded. I don't know. That'd be interesting. That's another boy. That's talk about a game changer. Hader and on one of these teams in the. I can see the Braves looking good after Josh Hader. The pitch. There's a pitch outside. 1-0. I don't know if the Yankees will go for him. I don't know if the Padres will want to trade with the Yankees. I could see Hader going to the Braves. Swing and a miss. Just imagine Hader on this Baltimore team with Cano and Batista. Ooh. Talk about shortening the game. The 1-1. There's a strike. 1-2. Actually, to be honest with you, the Yankees could use Josh Hader on this team. They don't have a lefty that strikes out with that kind of stuff. Since no Chapman, no Britton, and Peralta has been inconsistent. Mick Ramirez is your only lefty here, solid. You're trusting Canely with that changeup to go up against left-handed hitters, and we saw what happened yesterday. But although even though Santander, I believe, is a right-handed hitter, took him deep. The 2-2, 3-2. Would I take Blake Snell? It all depends what they're going to give out. What they're going to give. He is leading the National League in ERAs. One of the top 2 in ERAs. He's I don't know. I don't know if he will fit here. Boy, but you get a Blake Snell, want to go back after against the Tampa Bay Rays. But here's the problem. The Yankees, I think they play the Rays. I think this is the last time they play the Rays all season, I believe, coming up on Monday. I might be wrong. I look at their schedule, but I think that's the last time done with the Tampa Bay Rays, if I'm not mistaken. If you're check to see if that's the last series that the Yankees will play the Rays. If they were to just for poops and giggles, let's find out if that's the case. If the Yankees were to trade for Blake Snell, because former Ray. The 3-2 swing and a miss, Ramirez. So final out here for the Orioles. Oh, okay. Looks like they're gonna. All right, here's Austin Hayes. Like he's gonna swing at the first pitch here. Let's see. Ramirez. Yeah, Austin Hayes grounds out to Volpe. Volpe fields, nice play, throws, and ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. So the Yankees tie this series. They make this a 8-3 victory tonight. Finally, the offense. I'm going to give flowers to Isaiah Falefa. His big 2-out base clearing double busted open the game. It made it into a kind of for a Yankee standard, a 5-run laugher. Clark Schmidt gets the win. He's over 1 game over 500. Austin Wells in 7-6. Oh man, let's go. So Yankees 8 games out. They can make it tomorrow 7. Boston is only 1 game ahead of us, and Toronto's 4.5 games out of the American League East. Tampa lost, so they could easily close that to half a game, but they got clobbed by the Tampa Bay Rays. Good bounce back win. Yes, Gideon. Very good bounce back win for the New York. Much needed. The Yankees pounded out 12 hits. 12 hits. It's been a long time the Yankees pounded out that type of amount of hits. It feels good scoring 8 runs, 12 hits. And tomorrow night, they just got to go for the series. I will not be on tomorrow night. I would be doing the wrestling. I will be doing NXT wrestling watch along. So yes, but Monday night for the Yankees versus the Tampa Bay Rays, we'll be on the air and we'll be back on. Thank you guys for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the fights. UFC is on. UFC 291 is on. Also the boxing, Crawford and Spence. I'll be watching that. You know me, I love combat sports. We're both of them. And that's something big that I want to take a look at that. So let's go, guys. Again, thank you for joining the watch along. May the sports be with you. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you again, Caputo. Thank you, Darnell. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Gideon. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, everyone in the chat. We appreciate it. We really enjoy everyone watch along. We enjoy the watch along as well as the outcome. And let's go. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Have a good night, guys, man. We'll see you soon.